Wednesday on my stream. It's more likely than you think. Hey folks, how you doing? I hope everybody is doing good today. Welcome in, Phoenix. Welcome in, Struggles. By the way, Phoenix, apologies. I saw your message literally now. I've been kind of off of Discord for a bit while dealing with some stuff, so I literally just saw your message now. The answer is yes, of course. I will we'll discuss it further. I'll reply properly back on Discord later. But yes. Apologies for not getting back to you before. I'd kind of blocked off blocked off Discord for a bit while dealing with some stuff. So yes, cool. We'll talk later. But anyway, welcome in. Happy Wednesday. I was about to say happy birthday for some reason. Happy Wednesday. And yeah, cool. Thanks, Phoenix. So today, I hope everybody's doing okay. I'm having a fine day, a fine old day. I did some working out yesterday. Joined the Swoletariat, if you will, by lifting heavy things and then putting them back down. As men once did. And then I went for a walk to buy my cat some churros, because if you know, you know. And then I came back, and I've still got stuff to do. I've got a table that I need to put together. I need to do a little bit of house cleaning. I've got a busy day around the house, but I can't do that without first just being here with all of you and sharing my love for the Titter Pigs. Today, at a suggestion from Psychotic Potato, who hopefully will be able to make it to the stream today at some point, we're gonna be checking out Mothership. Not the full beautiful from what everything I've heard. I want to get like the Mothership, like the box. There's a box, and then it's like the deluxe box. In a perfect world, I want to buy the deluxe. I don't even know if you can get it anymore. I think they're sold out. But even just a regular Mothership box set, it's still like $50 that I just don't have right now. But I want to get them. And I think whenever I do, I will hopefully be able to do a proper like sit down and look through the whole thing. But I do have the PDFs, right? Because I did purchase those at a previous time. And I think the Player's Guide PDF specifically is free or was free at one point. So it's worth looking up if you haven't seen them before. But otherwise, it's Mothership. Indie tabletop RPG, very much focused on space horror, a sci-fi horror RPG that has gotten lots and lots of praise on the internets, and I'm real excited to see. Oh, hi, kitty. Hi. You want to come? No, you're just okay. Hi. Um, she has this thing where she will come up and then like put one paw on my leg, and then just dig her claws in, just enough to let me know she's there. And when I look down, she's just looking at me like with those huge eyes, and just one paw extended, claws out, like as if she was trying to reach for me. Like she's doing it again. Come on. But it doesn't mean she wants to be on my lap. It's more of a hi, like, hey. And then she gets back down. Like, it is literally like put paw on you and go, hi, like waves with the other paw. And there she goes again. Come on, come on. Okay, this time she did want to get up. Anyway, though we will be discussing the horrors of space. That will be after we're done cuddling the horror of my cat. Look at her. Be judged. Sit there and be judged. I just realized I don't have my usual background music going, and I would put it on, but that would require releasing my cat, and she's not ready to be released yet. She's just looking at what's on the screen. I don't think she approves of Mothership. That's a look of judgment. She's like, Dad, this is some nerd shit. Dad, how are you ever going to get a date? Look at you, Dad. No, she's actually just purring up. Goddamn. Okay, there we go. There we go. All right. Anyway, surprise cat judgment for free. Well, I mean, no, you have to watch ads or pay me money, and the ads go away, and then it's not free anymore. So no. If you're looking at the cat, you are the product. I believe is how that works. Anyway, she's put up with me so long as it is. It's true. That was a long. What are you looking for? Why are you right there? Look, you've got kibbles. Look. See, look, you got so many kibbles in your little kibble tower. There you go. Also, I know you're not hungry. Anyway, let's get to it, folks. Why don't we? Let me switch over to the overhead. Let me see if the okay. Here we go. Is it fully there? Oh no, you can still see a little bit. By the way, here's a little. There we go. There's a little sneak peek over on the end of the what I believe will be the very first of what I hope will be a series of solo tabletop RPGs that I'll be doing on stream in the coming days and or weeks. And I think I'm gonna kick it off with Merger, a single player macroscopic corporate horror RPG. You know what? I've been out of the corporate world now for well, over 6 months, at least over 6 months. And I feel like it's going to be an interesting, peek back. If nothing else, it'll serve as a reminder of why I don't want to go back. But also, I suspect, as someone who has been deep in the bowels of corporate America before, I may have some unique insights into the horrors that await us within Merger. So excited, seriously excited for that. Let me, in the meantime, see if I can widen this up a bit, and let's see. There we go, and boom. That's a little bit more proper. And then maybe I can just kind of go like this. No, that doesn't do anything. Where is it cutting off? Oh no, I think I need to now. Boop, 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 boop. So, okay, there we go. So it actually matches. Is this the kind of thing? Actually, wait. No, move this up and then do that. Is this the kind of thing a professional would have done outside of the stream first and checked? Yes. Yes, but I did tell you I had to go take a walk and buy my cat some treats. So, I mean, there's only so much a man can do. Hey, Potato, how you doing, friend? I'm glad you're here. I'm glad you're here because this was your suggestion. We are indeed gonna ship these mothers. Here we go. Anyway, I've heard good things about Mothership, by the way. Like I said, I think we had a whole tangent about this yesterday. I think we did in fact play Mothership at least once on the podcast before. Uh, but I'm look, I everything we do on that podcast immediately gets erased from my mind as soon as it's done. It is there's like a single piece of tape running in my head because it's been so long. I retain nothing. There are games that I know I've played, characters I know I've embodied for this show that I have no recollection of because it's been so long. It's been so many games. And at this point, I sincerely believe that my brain just categorizes Fandible, the actual games almost in the same category as. Has this ever happened? Those of you who drive, or honestly, even taking public transport, there are moments of this. Um, but if there's like a route that you take normally, like your daily commute, right, the back and forth, the route that you take every day, there are days, right, and pretty often, like they're even pretty common, where those drives just you blank out, right? Like if you were asked to recollect anything specific about that drive, you drove back home, and you can kind of bring up a vague sort of memory shape of like, yeah, right, the drive back home last night or the drive to work last morning, sure. But if asked to deliver any details, you have none because you just automated through it. Like it just went like your brain basically goes like, we do this every day. There's no point in storing this to long-term memory. Just mark it as driving memory number whatever and keep moving, right? And when you do so, when you do so many different games and characters and things, at a certain point your brain goes like, oh, another one, all right, no, just we don't need to store this one, just it's just one more. Look, it's being recorded anyway. If we ever need to refer back to it, it's on external storage. Just don't store it all, just forget about it. Yeah, exactly, like for sure, you think about anything but that commute because you've seen that route before enough to not notice the details consciously. So yeah, like, and that's not to say this is not a sort of Dan admits Fandible burnout. Is Fandible doomed? No, no, not at all, not at all. I enjoy the games so much, but also since we do so many one shots, like again, it's just like my brain is like there's no point in unless there was like something absolutely standout, which there's enough like dopamine flowing that the brain goes like, all right, you know what, note that one down. It's just so all of that to say, all of that to say that I believe we played Mothership before. I do not remember practically anything about our playthrough of Mothership, but I have a strong feeling that we did not do justice to the system. But that's me. Maybe we did. Maybe we did. Maybe it was a shining example of Fandible for once sticking to the rules. But something tells me that we probably didn't. And I'm curious to see if this read through of the Mothership Player's PDF Player Survival Guide from, by the way, Mothership by Tuesday Night Games. Again, go check it out. Wait, let me do this. Let me do this. There's a link, right? Because I think Mothership. Let's see, Mothership Player's Guide. 'Cause I think it's a free download from them. So we're going here. I'll put up the link. Yeah. Oh no. PDF is free. Exactly. So I'm just gonna go ahead and post that link. Give some promo to the game on chat for anybody that might not already have it. And that way y'all can wait, where'd my oh shit, where'd my control window go? Here we go. Here we go. So Mothership PDF. There we go. Direct from the publisher, Tuesday Night Games. So feel free to grab your own copy if you like it. And again, from everything I've heard, and I will say this, like we're gonna take our first look at this system, our first proper look at the system and everything presented here. A lot of what I've heard about the high praise for Mothership, besides just that it is a good game and what's presented here, is for the everything else that comes within the sort of the big collector box, right? Like the GM stuff and the adventures and stuff like that. So again, if and when I'm able to save up enough to actually buy it, we'll take a look at all that other stuff. But there may be amazing things that unfortunately we're probably not going to get to see during this stream, because this stream we're just going to take a look at what's freely available in the Player Survival Guide. Once I'm able to get a hold of the whole shebang, then definitely I'll do that. And hey, if anybody with deep wallets is watching, I know you're not, but if you are, hey, toss money at me, and that way I could afford to buy it and do that. But until then, let us take a look. First of all, I think you can tell you're in for a good time when the image that the game offers you here is this gnarly little obvious sketch. Like it almost feels like, first of all, this is just the open rib cage, the guts out, the gaping cavity, the sort of the sunken skull head of the spacesuit, but also the fact that it's just a wild sketch. Like, to me, this almost says like this was somebody trying to sketch like something they were going through, and they don't have a lot. They were just trying to make a mark. Like there's just desperation to the art that I think is because my first reaction, my first instinct when I looked at it was, why is this, like, this is literally, you can see this was done on graph paper. I have memories of making dungeon maps on graph paper, like back in high school. Like it's this really hand-drawn thing. But the more I look at it, the more like, oh, I'm getting more sort of vibes. Like graph paper, yeah, it makes sense if you're the crew of a starship, you're taking some kind of note. Like it would be like, yeah, all of this fits for me, in a weird sort of way, that I can't entirely put into games. Into words. Let me see, catching up real quick. Yeah, doing 15 years of a podcast, remembering this episode from 4 years ago named Mothership Black Death would be very impressive. I'll queue it up and get back to you tomorrow. All right, cool. Yes. Let me know if indeed our approach to it was a complete just mismanagement and a complete disrespect of the game, as as is the standard Fandible way, or if we actually did a good job. I should probably That's what I should have done during the walk. Instead, I should have listened to that during the walk. If I was a real professional, look, lessons learned. If I was a real professional, I should have done that prep. Instead, I kept listening to the Stormlight Archive because I'm trying to re-listen to all the books before I finally get to Wind and Truth. I don't even know when the Wind and Truth audiobook is out. All I know is it'll probably be out before I'm done with the re-listen. I don't want spoilers, right? I want to experience this. Uh, in my defense, A, the Stormlight Archive is fucking amazing, and B, I was at the point, for if you know, you know, the line during the 4v1 when Kaladin goes, "Honor is dead, but I'll see what I can do." Like, holy shit, that is one of the hardest lines in fiction. Oh my god. Someday, folks, someday we're going to get, oh, I hope it happens before I die. Someday we're going to get a Stormlight Archive adaptation, whether it's animated or live action. Boy, the expectation it's gonna be hard to meet the expectations for how awesome that shit's gonna be. Oh my god, oh my god, I'm so excited. It's Stormlight Archive and One Piece for me. Like, if I had nothing else, if I had just to choose, like, sorry, you can't, you get nothing else. You get nothing. Like, this is your desert island thing, but you will have the entirety of two things: uh, One Piece, Stormlight Archive, Cosmere. Really, if I get to be greedy, the Cosmere. Um, that those are my fanboyisms. I will die on these hills forever. Let me catch up again on chat. Agree 100% on the art. Could also be Survivor while rocking back and forth in a padded room. Also, yes, yes, exactly. I'm only 100 pages into Oathbringer currently on my first read through. The best line only followed by the biggest friggin' blunder on his. But yes, yes, true. I mean, look, Kaladin is a sad boy. Kaladin is the saddest of sad boys. He's not a smart boy, but also when he gets to, he has these incredible moments. I love Kaladin. I love Kaladin. I love every. My God, every character, it's so. I'm like re-listening, and I know these characters, and I'm like, man, Moash, and all the bad people. Sadius, fuck Amaram. All my homies hate Amaram. Just yes, Kaladin does have int as a dump stat. It's also, yeah, fuck Moash. All the homies hate Moash. It's just like, it's incredible. Like, the characters that you love with all your heart. The characters that you hate with all your heart. Even when you understand them sometimes. I'm sorry. I'm just absolutely glazing Brandon Sanderson here. Fuck you. He's earned it. I stand here. I sit here in absolute just awe and envy. How does that man write so fucking much and also do all the other stuff that he does? I don't. And I'm not even that huge a fan. I have no merch. I have no merch. I don't even own those books physically. I've only had the audiobooks and the ebooks. I don't even own physical copies of the books. Didn't back the Cosmere thing. I've never gone to, what's it called, the Dragon Steel. All right. Like, my fanboyism is baby fanboyism compared to some of the people. Also, at least I have some One Piece stuff. At least my phone, like, screen is One Piece. Like, but it's weird to consider myself a huge fanboy of something and realize I have, like, done no capitalism towards it. I don't know. Anyway, folks, let us continue. We're still on the title page, and we're like 10 minutes away from the next ad break. This is why I have 7 viewers. Hello, everybody. Okay, so the first thing we see, we don't even get an intro, just the inside covers, right? Because if this was a physical book, right, this would be the outside cover. You open up the outside cover. This would be on the inside of the cover. You've just got weapons and damage. All right? Some part for us, let's be real. Yes. Yes, I'm telling you, this is what you sign up for. If anybody's new on the stream, this is it. It does it get better, you ask? Like I said, like, okay, once you get past season 1, it really gets good. No. This is season 7. Like, this is what it is. Buckle in. All right, so we get the weapons inside. This is dope. All right. Alt vibe Chetty. I'm already down. Already down. I do love me a good mashup weapon, the Vibe Chetty. And it costs 1,000 credits. Okay, CRs are credits, yeah. That's weird. Why they 1K instead of just the other 1.2K? Anyway, that's me being nitpicky. Vibe Chetty does all the damage, as far as I can tell. The smart rifle does more. I guess these are ranges. Shots, wounds, and specials. What's the special for the Vibe Chetty? When dealing a wound, roll on both the bleeding and gore columns. I like that there's a gore column. Solid. Already excited for what's ahead. And then little bits about armor. So standard crew attire, vac suit, hazard suits, includes air filter. All right, yeah, all the space stuff, all the fun space stuff. Short range comms, good to know. That's one of the things that I think is very easy to forget. I hope this game, and I think it's going to do a good job, is all of the weird little sci-fi limitations. Stuff like, yeah, if you are just, one room away from each other, depending on how the thing is built, there's no like just yelling over, there's no like peeking outside, like, if comms are down, if you don't have air filters and stuff, like this can be like real serious when trapped in space. Yeah, I like this. All right, but it says something. It says something that the first thing you get is this little table, like quick reference tables for weapons and armor, and then you get the second, sort of the inside cover. And you got your stats, you got your content warning, which we may as well linger on because it will effectively also be a content warning for this stream, as this is what we're checking out. So Mothership is a horror game for mature audiences, which rules this chat right out. I love you guys. It contains violence, foul language, some sexual content, drug use, and depictions of mental illness, trauma, stress, and panic that may not be suitable for all audiences. Please be advised. I may just copy this. For my this Twitch channel. This Twitch channel is for mature audiences. It contains because yeah, pretty much all of this. Solid. Okay, and let's kind of linger on the art. Like, it's spooky. Like, is that an eye and a face, or is that just weird space? It's okay. I love the creepiness, the just vague creepiness of the art so far. Let's keep going. How to make your character. Okay. Oh, here we go. So we do get a little like, hi, welcome to Mothership thing. But this game is off to the races immediately. Like, it's not here to waste your time. It's not here necessarily, or at least that's not what we're seeing so far, right? We're not getting a quick, like, what are my inspirations and dedication to this, and here's the movies and books you should read before playing this, and here's an entire small chapter of fiction to get you in the mood. Like, right away, the first thing you see is just how to make your character. This game kind of assumes you know what a tabletop RPG is, at least to the points where you are like, I'm here to sit down and make a character to play in a tabletop RPG. That seems to be the initial assumption, if what we're being presented with is this, right? And let's see the intro. So welcome to Mothership, the sci-fi horror RPG where you and your crew try to survive in the most inhospitable environment in the universe, outer space. Excavate dangerous derelict spacecraft, explore strange unknown worlds, encounter hostile alien life, and escape the horrors encroaching upon your every move. Let's get started. The sheet at the back of this book has all the instructions for how to create your character. All you need to do is follow the number steps in each box until you've filled everything. That is fucking brilliant. Jesus Christ. I'm all, okay. Yeah. I'm already like sold. What? Why don't other games have this? You'll need character creation a lot. No, yes, definitely. Like, it's the first thing we're doing, right? But also, like, this, like, yeah. The instructions are on the sheet. Like, okay, I mean, we're gonna have the character, but it's also just here. It's 2 pages. It's 2 pages, and all it's doing is giving an explanation to the sheet. If this was, can I somehow display this as a? Let me see. View read mode. Can I do a side by side? There we go. No, but this is not. Can you do a side by? Oh, no, no. Can we repage this? Can we repage this somehow? Because what I want to do is get page 4 and 5 to be together. That's annoying. That's annoying. But you get the idea. You get the idea that it's 2 sides of the character sheet, and the things are around. So let's get back to just one. Oh well. Oh well. PDF, you have failed me one time too many. But that's fucking brilliant. Like, it's right there. I see it there. Like, it just follows. They're numbered. So 1, roll 2d10 plus 25 for each stat. Boom, roll 2d10 plus 10 for each save. You write them all down. Boom, select your class and adjust your starting stats and saves. And the classes are there and they have the things. So you select Marine, Android, Scientist, or Teamster. And all this is done with an example character. So you see what it looks like when it's done. So you see what's there, personal notes, what's expected. Like, it sets expectations real quick. I'm not even looking at the text here right now. I'm doing what they're telling me to do, that everything I need to do, and then I'll confirm with the stats, but that everything I need to do is on the character sheet. I'm excited. This is like, I'm already page like 4. This is great. This is great. I see why this is great. Like your stat, everything is here. You and adjust, like, what this, no, not decisions. The only decision is this, then follow the steps. So you add the plus 10, in this case, Teamster, added plus 5 to all stats, added plus 10 to all saves. Cool. Then step 4, roll 1d10 plus 10 for your health. Boom, done. Mark it down. Maximum starts at 2. Boom, done. You start, it explains, you start your maximum health, 0 wounds. Whenever your health falls below 0, you suffer a wound. Now you know how that works. There we go. Do we need a separate chapter to explain how health works? Sure, we might see something, but also the basics that you need to know right there, right there. This is what happens. When your health falls below 0, you'll suffer a wound. Reset your health to maximum. Reset your health to its maximum minus any carryover damage. Okay, cool. Yeah. 5, gain stress. Minimum starts at 2. Current 2, and then the next step 6 would be on the other side. So I guess step 6 is around here. Here we go. Step 6, take note of your class's trauma response. So you mark your class. In this case, it was Teamster. Once per session, you may take advantage on a panic check. Cool. Just something you need to know. Excellent. Boom. Other page. 7. Step 7. Note your class skills and choose your bonus skills. Cool. They're set up by the 4 classes. There it is. Choose your bonus skills, plus 10 bonus expertise. Like, yeah, all of this it's beautiful. It's beautiful. I absolutely love it. No worries, Struggle Bus. New GPU arrived. Please go grab that. GPUs are good. I approve of GPUs. I'm actually waiting for the delivery myself. I've got some chairs coming in. Big plans for those chairs. So at any point, I may get a from delivery. Speaking of which, you know what? Perfect time. Perfect. Yeah, note to self, make a page like this, right? I'm inspired like this. Whenever I make a character sheet for my game, I need something like this, which is going to be hard to do. Again, there's also like, it's a full game design, right? Because like, you need to design the game in such a way that something like this makes sense for that game, right? Not every game is going to be able to get away with this. But if you can, like, again, this is just brilliant game. It's not just good character sheet design. It's good game design. The fact that you designed a game that can get away with what we're seeing here on these screens. That's wild. That's wild. I'm just going to appreciate that. Also, because we've got somebody stepping away to pick up something, and it's ad time because the timer says we're going to go ahead and do that. So everybody, perfect time to hydrate, and we'll come back. We're having a lot of fun. I'm enjoying. I like what I see with Mothership, and we're barely scratching the surface. This is a good time. We'll be right back. Those are the words. This is the button that does the thing. And we're back. Welcome in, folks. All right. So again, we're looking at these character sheets. We're enjoying these character sheets. These are good character sheets. Take note. Yeah. So we go back to step 8. Roll for your equipment, loadout, trinket, and patch. Okay, so this is the one part where they had to go like loadout is on page 7, trinket is on page 8, and patch is on, but also loadout is on page 7, trinket is on page 8, patch is on page 9. Yes, there it is. Where is this stuff in the book? Oh boy, I hope the book has an index, or otherwise I guess it's just gonna be hard to find somewhere in character generation. No, here we go. Here we go. It's right there. That's beautiful. Page references for the motherfucking win. Exactly. Struggle bus. This is dope. This is dope. All right. And then on the other side, anything else at the bottom of the screen? No, just the skill training stuff, which we'll learn about. I think the only thing is like, okay, so they do tell you. So industrial equipment, CRG bonus, 1 train skill, 1 expert skill, right? And take a master or expert skill, you must first take at least one of its prerequisite skills. Cool. So basically, so question. You're taking master of action, you first take at least one of its prerequisite skills. So my question is, and I guess we'll see this here. Okay, yeah. So the expert skill that they picked up was piloting, and they took 0G. Is there an additional one? Note class skills and choose bonus skills. Oh, sorry. Okay, I see what happened here. Okay, yeah. Industrial equipment is the skill. 0G is the skill. Okay, so you start with those, and then you get to choose the. Okay, cool. I had to take a look. I think it would have been clearer if I'd had the whole sheet in once instead of having to go back and forth. But yeah. Okay, so again, it's all covered. It's all covered. It's like if you're a Marine, you get this skill, and then 1 expert skill or 2 trained skills, etc. And yes, the prerequisites do apply. So that expert skill that you get as a bonus, you still need to meet the requirements. So you will, you'll have to probably pick an expert skill tied. If you're an Android, for example, you would pick an expert skill tied to linguistics, computers, and mathematics. So it would be like linguistics would be either psychology or computers and mathematics would be hacking. Mathematics would be physics. Like those are your only 3 selections to start with, or train plus 2 more. Cool. Yeah, this makes sense. Nothing crazy here. All right, so let's just read through the actual. Now that we've seen what they showed us on the page, let me see what they actually go. So now if nothing else, they explain a little more. So it's a little bit more. It's like, okay, so what do these stats actually mean? Versus like, but still, this is all you need to make it happen, right? By just following the instructions on the sheet, you have a complete character, which is something that I've seen. I think this has a I think some OSR kind of pedigree, in the sense that character creation for OSR games specifically, at least the best of them, is meant to be very quick, very straightforward, because these games are kind of meant to be deadly. And so a lot of these games almost encourage you to play, to not like you're not investing that much. Like when you make a World of Darkness, character, even something like we just saw with Exalted, right? As we went through that character in Exalted and we made that character, we had to build a story around it. And there's a lot, and there's so many choices. We had to refer to this and that, and as we're making those choices, we're investing into what additional what your motivation is, what drives you, all that fun stuff, right? But it is an investment in time and effort and energy, and imagination and all that. So those games, while they can be kind of deadly, they're not meant to be. You're not meant to like spend 3 hours making an Exalted character, and then have that character die 5 minutes into the game session. Because you're not going to stop the game for 3 more hours while you make a new Exalted to play with, right? But in a lot of these games, especially kind of like these OSR style, they're meant to be very deadly. They're meant to sort of be, like, again, it's old school. OSR old school revival. I think there's another interpretation, but I've always read it as old school revival. But that old school kind of refers to very early first edition, second edition D&D, and the games of its ilk, which kind of had an almost adversarial approach sometimes to things, in that it's as much a test of the player's skill as it is like your character skill. I feel like, and this is definitely an oversimplification, but it does feel like a lot of games, more modern games especially, my games certainly, and a lot of my favorite games as well, all come to an approach from an approach of you are playing a larger than life heroic, or at least, main sort of character. You're bringing main character energy, right? To those characters. There's an investment there, that and there's a sort of recognition that your characters are probably more stronger, better, more capable, than the players at being themselves, right? Versus with old school D&D, like super old school, and even like normal school. I mean, honestly, it's still to this day. Like, think of like going into a dungeon and like playing a rogue, and you walk into a room and you describe, all right, well, let's go to the room on the left. And as you see, okay, and then the DM goes, okay, you start going to the room on the left, but since you didn't check for traps, you all suffer, the fire explodes, you all suffer X amount of damage, blah, blah, blah. And the rogue might go like, wait, but I'm a rogue. Wouldn't I've seen anything? Wouldn't I've had a chance to check for traps? And the GM would go like, well, you never said you were checking for traps. You have, if you don't say it, your character doesn't do it. It's like, oh, but my character would have known to do that. I don't care. I don't care what your character, you're the player, you're playing that character, you have to say that it is that kind of more like approach versus more modern games, some of which might outright state in the rules, like games like a Gumshoe. The Gumshoe system for investigation very specifically says, when your characters are investigating things and researching things, they don't roll for that. They basically, if they're investigating something, you look at their stats to see what they get, but they basically just get it. The game is not there to like, it's weird. It's weird because it is there, but also like at the same time, it does tie it back to like, okay, so it falls back on the player to know what to ask and where to take that investigation. But the actual act of investigating, it's assumed your character is good at that and will get what they need at their basic level, right? Exactly. Let me catch up on chat real quick. I do feel like OSR overemphasizes Gilded Hole style play. Even then, the player versus dungeon style was only one style in that. True. You didn't say you put your pants on today. Exactly. It's like if you don't have to go that far, right? But there is a level of that with the OSR games, in which like it is expected that these that you're basically playing with toys. You're playing with minis. You're not embodying necessarily a character. You are role playing, right? You are playing as that character, but it almost feels like there's a certain separation. When I play OSR games, to me they can be a lot of fun. They can tell a lot of great stories, and OSR especially when done at its best, really does sort of lend itself to some great just immersive kind of storytelling, in that so much is meant to be like just a back and forth, a conversation, but the I'm kind of losing track of where I was going with all of this. Point is you're not, I feel like you're not supposed to get as invested with the characters. Because of that, that means that the best OSR style games have a focus on very quick, very easy, very straightforward character generation. And some of them even outright state, just make a couple of characters, make a few, and just have them ready to go for when one dies. Next scene, a new adventurer can just kind of stumble in and join the group, and you have it ready to go. And that's in this vein. Since character creation is so quick, since you can get through it in less than 10 minutes on an average time, you can if you want, especially if somebody else at the table is kind of taking extra time to make their character for some reason. Go ahead and use those 5 extra minutes and just roll up a spare. Like this is a horror game, and I think that, again, the tagline is like, what is it? Solve, survive, or something else. Choose one. Like, it you're probably not gonna survive, and that doesn't feel so bad when the game makes that clear and makes it clear that that's not that painful, right? You're going to be able to just get back into the game versus like, oh, I spent 3 hours making a character, I died 5 minutes in. Well, that was a fucking waste of my time, right? Um, Let me catch up on chat real quick again. Potato says, like, I'm not personally a rogue. A rogue would do things that I may never think of. Good OSR can be a sandbox to roleplay in with hopefully reasonable crunch rather than gotcha, you forgot to breathe. But yeah, killer GMs make... Exactly. Like, it is also like some GMs that that's just their style. And some players, that's what they prefer. There are OSR players and there are just old school grognards and even some newer players that is the style of game that they enjoy. Cool. Find one another. I hope you find one another and you have some good, crunchy, aggravating times with one another, right? The problem becomes when either side of that particular debate declares that the other side is doing it wrong. Like, no, they are valid modes of play. Like, old school crunchy, super crunchy OSR games always feel a little bit like video games, where like it is like there's a set of rules that is being followed and you're following those. The role play, I guess, happens in your head in that case, but like there is an almost an equivalency there, and those I play all the time. They can be fun. But there are different approaches to gaming. I don't think one is better than the other. I do have a preference for one over the other, but that may be me. Let's see. It reminds me of somehow faster version of X Crawl Dungeon Crawl Classics jargon, right? Right? And that's DCC is another one that I want to take a proper look at some point, because that's one of those games. DCC is in that, not I don't think directly. I don't know if it's directly sort of OSR, but it's at least OSR adjacent. It is one of those games that is trying to give that sort of like it's in the name, Dungeon Crawl Classics. It is trying to bring that sort of modernize, that sort of old school feel to those games. So that's another one that I want to take a look at some point, because it's the thing. OSR is one of those areas of the hobby that it's a little bit like Warhammer 40K, where like I have a lot of love for it, but there is a section of that particular side of the hobby that's somewhat problematic, right? And there are some OSR folks that thankfully my blue sky has mostly blocked immediately, but they do tend to live in that OSR side of the hobby, kind of like some of the worst people are Warhammer fans. Not all of them. Most Warhammer fans are amazing. Jesus is a huge Warhammer fan, and I fucking love Jesus. He's one of the best people I know. But there's no denying that Chud Hammer exists, right? And alas, OSR does have its grognard contingent. That said, I think there's a lot to learn. Like we played. Did we already post it? Is it posted? I don't know. I know we played Shadow Dark the other day on the podcast, and I was kind of annoying about it because I wanted us to take that. This is one of those that I wanted, like, no, let's take the rules seriously, please. And actually, wait, no, did we play Shadow Dark? Fuck, it's been so. I know we wanted to play it. I think we played it. I'd have to check. Did we actually start and then pivot to something else that day? It's been so long. Anyway, Shadow Dark's another one that I want to go through on this stream at some point soon. But it is that Shadow Dark. I know we played it once before, and like we kind of bounced off it because again we were taking the wrong approach. We're making characters, we're invested in them, and then realized, oh, this game just wants to kill us outright. It's hard to get invested. But I think once we kind of we had an internal talk about that on the podcast off air, and we're like, okay, we understand what this game was trying to do a little better now. It deserves another chance. I just don't remember if we actually gave it that chance. If we did, it was recent, and that worries me that I do not remember. Anyway, let's see. I've really enjoyed Kevin Crawford's Stars Without Number, Other Blanks Without Number for OSR. Yes, yes. The Without Number stuff is also more stuff that I want to go over the stream. Actually, I have the PDFs for those, and I that's another one that I kind of want to go over during one of these streams as well. Like, there's not really a lot of great stuff, a lot of great and really inventive game design going on within OSR, but there is definitely a cautiousness that I have as well when approaching it because of some of the actors within that particular scene of the hobby. But I do want to look because there's like some of the best creativity in tabletop. I think not all of it, but some of the best creativity in tabletop is kind of happening on that OSR side. Like, there's a lot to learn. Like, again, look at this character sheet, everything here. I kind of love this. So anyway, let's see. Can we get past? Can we get to another page before? This is such a small game, and yet it's probably going to take us a week to go through it, isn't it? Anyway. Step 1, roll stats. So you have 4 stats: strength, speed, intellect, and combat, representing how well they act under extreme pressure. I like that. I like that they specifically say that all 4 stats are about how you act under extreme pressure. Roll 2 10-sided die, add them together, add 25. They're called the sorcery stats. That is 36 average. Don't get too hung up on the numbers right now. And here's where you would go. Oh, that's a link. Oh, that's beautiful. That's beautiful. Well-designed PDFs. Love it. But yeah, so this will explain more about, like, it's a link right there to what you do with those stats. We'll get to that. Let me go back. The problem with having it be a link is that now I have to go back. You can't, like, it's not a web page anyway. But cool. That's dope. Okay. Step 2, roll your saves. Characters have 3 saves: sanity, fear, and body, representing how resistant and reactive they are to different kinds of trauma and danger. Roll 2 decided, add them together, blah, blah, blah. Read about saves, page 18. Choose your class. There are 4 basic classes in Mothership. Okay, so the sheet itself doesn't give you this explanation of what each class is, but it does give you the adjustments for them. So just by looking at this, you can kind of get a vibe for what it is. Like, Marine, boom, combat and body saves get bonuses, fear saves get bonuses. So you're there to make, you're tough. You've got a lot. You're tough. You know how to fight. You don't break under fear as easily, and you can take more hits. Another one. Like, this is your basic fighter. Android, you're smart, but you have some robot limitations, minus 10 to 1 stat, because you're inhuman. You are all but immune to fear, and you can take a beating. So basically, Android is for just be the smarts. The scientist, plus be not quite so smart, but at least you don't have the Android problems. And for 30 sanity save, all right? So you can, this is your researcher looking at the weird darkness of space. Cool. And then the teamster, who's kind of just an all-rounder, plus 5 to all stats, plus 10 to all saves. Now, that's what we see based on what's on the character sheet. Let's take a look at what it says on the book. Marines are handy in a fight, but whenever they panic, it may cause problems for the rest of the crew. Androids are a terrifying and exciting addition to any crew. They tend to unnerve other crew members with their cold inhumanity. Scientists or doctors, researchers, or anyone who wants to slice open creatures or infected crew members with a scalpel. And teamsters are rough and tumble blue-collar space workers, mechanics, engineers, miners, and pilots. Cool. Just a little bit more lore. In fact, if anything, it's a little bit of extra information than what you'd get on the character sheet, which is exactly what you want, not just a repeat. And the descriptions, like, do kind of encourage you to keep moving. Like, what do you mean whenever they panic, it may cause problems for the crew? Like, okay, now I'm curious, what's that going to mean? So yeah, great approach. Then step 5, gain stress. Character stress and minimum stress both start at 2. Boom. No more explanation needed for basic character creation. Note your trauma response. Each class deals with stress and panic differently, which again is also, defined here. So that's another little clue on what. In fact, here it is. Here's the, Jesus Christ. No. Oh, no. Did you? Okay. Oh, did it just kick off the, okay, no. Yes, sorry. God damn it. Why do you let me run the ads? Why does it let me run the ads? I don't know why it lets me run the ads when it's not. I need to disable that, make that button disableable. Anyway, if anybody's watching without ads, enjoy. Otherwise, I'm just going to kind of hang out here while the ads finish. One more minute. Rude. Rude. That's what I was trying to go for, and it is literally on the other side of the Stream Deck. I swear. All right, you know what? Let's just chill. Let's deck some water. Let's watch that countdown. How are we doing? 30 seconds. 3-0-0. There we go. Watching those viewer numbers plunge. Watching those viewer numbers plunge as the ads go through. Love the capitalism of it all. Absolutely love it. All right, our ad's done. 10 more seconds. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Welcome back. If it helps, there will be no more ads for at least 35 more minutes. These buttons should be, I'm saying these buttons should be further apart so I can't hit them. But literally, they are on opposite sides of my screen. I don't know how I managed. They're not even on the same screen. How did I hit the ad button while trying to hit a button on a completely separate screen? I was trying to hit this one because as I'm going like, oh, whenever they panic and make us problems, I'm like, oh, I wonder what that means. It's right here. It's right here. Again, we haven't really needed to leave for anything. Like if you're curious about what does that mean, it's right there in the character sheet. So actually, no, that was like the one complaint I was about to have. It's like, okay, this, whatever this is, though, I maybe I want to know what it is before I make the choice to play a Marine. And if that's defined elsewhere in the book, that it does seem like a flaw in this whole system, because it's like, oh, I'm making a choice without properly really knowing what it means. But it's like, no, there it is. Like whenever you panic, every close friendly player must make a fear save. Okay, I might not exactly know what panicking, the term panic means in game as a game term. I might not entirely know what or how a fear save is done yet, although I know that it is one of these things. I did generate one for myself, so I have some idea of what that means. Like, oh, I'm gonna have to roll a 29 or less on my roll, but this says something. It's like, oh, okay, whenever I panic, all my friends nearby have to do this thing. Okay, I see now what you mean by whenever I panic, it may cause problems for the rest of the crew. And same thing with everything else. Like androids, when fear saves made by close friendly allies are disadvantaged. Exactly, that's what they said there, where they tend to unnerve other crew members with their cold humanity. Ah, excellent. It all feeds into itself. This is well done. Scientists, whenever you fail sanity save, all close friendly players gain 1 stress. And Teamster, once per session, you may take advantage on a panic check. I love how Teamsters are just the most all-round. It's like you just get some basic bonuses to everything, and you get an occasional bonus to like one of the most common things. Just real basic all-rounders. Let's see, step 4, which is actually weirdly enough down here. Here we go. Oh, there's more. Classes broadly defined. Again, I wish we could see these pages side to side. The layout on this is annoying. Oh, wait. Let me try something. One last little test. Let's see. Boop. And then can we... Nope. What are these buttons down here, actually? Oh, those just switch views. Well, that's unfortunate. That's why do you do this? This is not how that should work. I'm sorry, folks. I can't. I have to try view settings, page display. No. Is there some way? Is there some setting? Is there no way to change this? Other PDF readers. This is Foxit. You know what? There's another thing I can try, actually. Bear with me. Bear with me, dear viewers. I have an idea. I mean, this may do nothing. Let me try. Let me check. Let me check. Let me check. Bear with me. Okay, and let's find that PDF, and let us open in, and let's see here. So export copy to where are you? Where are you? Where are you? Yeah, there we go. And then open that file down there. This is what you all. Yeah, this is great. Wait, is there? Was that actually 3 stars, or did you get somehow auto modded potato? I don't I don't know what happened there. Uh, let's see here. Okay, so that's done. Okay, and then wait, no, that's the wrong app. Yeah. And then if I wanted to, what's the recently received? There we go. And can I do that? You know, it would probably have been easier to just keep going, but I can't help it. Can't help myself. Have to try. Almost there. Almost there. Hopefully. Okay. Cool. Cool. And then can we change the application to I don't know if I can change the application. Let me see here, dude. Nope, that's the wrong thing. Aha. Almost. Okay. Interesting. It is a weird little square though. And if I do this, I do that, right? And then kind of up here. Let's see what happens if I do this. I just want to go full screen. Okay. So that's closer. That's closer. It is okay. So I'm basically mirroring my iPad here, but the iPad doesn't have the same thing, but it does give me a little bit more control of certain things like that. But also, this may not actually let me do the thing that I think I. Well, no, what is that? Stop that! Now you're seeing just my iPad. Oh, right, that was trying to open the website. I'm not doing myself any favors here, am I? Also, okay, here we go. Boop. No, that's the outlines. Let's see, does this have a way to me? After spending all that time, does this actually have a way for me to do this? It very well may not, now that I think about it. Here we go, 2 pages, which it's doing the same thing at, as, or about. Yeah, it's doing the same thing. Meanwhile, Potato here trying to. Oh, it was a link. Yeah, yeah, yeah. AutoMod will cause your links to misbehave. So basically, to make Fox's Reader display 2 pages side by side and show cover page on its own line, please do the following: open PDF in Fox's Reader, go to View tab, click on Facing or Continuous Spacing. Okay, let me try that. Let me try that, and I'll switch over. Okay, so it says here, PDF file, view the tab. Yep, I'm in the View tab, and then it is. Click on Facing or Continuous Facing button in the Page Display Group. Page Display Group. Read word count, view settings, page display. Nope. And layers, attachments, status bar, rotate view. Maybe it's in here. No, rotate. That's not it. Facing. Okay, facing. Continuous facing. Display. Facing. Oh, that's it. Yeah, that's exactly what I did. It is doing the side by side. The problem is some of them will show that first the cover kind of as a standalone, like start at the cover, like basically it would place the cover like on this side, sorry, on this side here, and then yeah, like see how this would just be its own thing, and then this page and this page would be like this, which is what we'd like in an ideal world. This is what I'd see, but like without this separation in between, right? But that's obviously, yeah, there we go. but that's obviously not happening. So there is a button for separate cover page, you claim. Lies. No, not you, friend. Let me see. Yeah, I don't vertically split into separate cover page. Oh, there it is. Science. Okay. Wait. Let's switch back. Well, I did all that. Well, on the plus side, now I know how to mirror my iPad to here. Okay, well, let me readjust here a bit just so we get the whole thing. Right, there we go, and then a little here, and then a little more. Here we go. Right, there we go. So now, in theory, I should be able to. There we go. That's what we wanted to see. Look at that. Alas, the zoom is just enough that it's not perfect, but there you go. Thank you, Potato, by the way. Thank you for putting up with me. I'm starting to hit that point, I think, like where I would very much annoy a for someone that's worked in IT their whole life, I would probably very much annoy somebody that had to come and like, hey, can somebody tell me how to do this? How can I print a PDF? But also, in my defense, all these programs are not self-explanatory. It is not obvious. I'm sorry. It is Foxit. Is this even coming? No, I don't think it shows. Yeah, it doesn't really show which probably for the best that it doesn't actually show the interface. Like if I right-click on things like that. Wait, let me see. Does that show up for you guys? Oh, nope. Stop that. There we go. If I right-click, yeah, like you're not seeing. There's a whole menu that I'm mousing over that doesn't show up. For whatever reason, the screen sharing, the app sharing for Foxit, it just doesn't show the interface, which again is probably for the best. But I wanted to show you that the interface, it does not make it obvious. It does not make it obvious that that button does that. It's kind of hidden, and it's just like a bunch of little squares. Like it is not obvious at all that that button would do that. So thank you. Thank you for that. Yeah, I do IT stuff for work, and you're much more tech savvy than those I work with. Yeah, no, to be fair. Like I said, in my, you know what? No, I need to, is there any way I can show this? Like, separate, like, if you mouse over it, yes. If I had been more patient, probably, if I wasn't doing this live on stream, I think I probably would have figured it out. But in the moment, and instead I just spent more time. Anyway, folks, let's get back to it. Sorry, I lost one of my tabs here. Here we go. Okay, we're back now. All that. Actually, I should probably just reload this tab. Yeah, because I did tab out of that. Let's just reload it so I have make sure I've got everything set up properly. Okay, we're back. I've got full chat. Anyway, this is beautiful. Okay, now we finally have the thing working. This is great. Look, that's the whole character sheet. Now we can see the whole thing. Sure, it's a little small. I get it. It's a little small. I don't know. If you're not watching me on your 4K at home, what are you even doing? But this is the view we wanted to have. This is lovely. Okay, cool. Note your trauma response, mark your trauma response. Each class comes preloaded with relevant skills, as noted there, which help characters perform better at different challenges. Additionally, each class has a number of bonus skills to select. To choose a skill, you must have at least one prerequisite skill first. Okay, so they're very clear on that. Cool, that sticks. So again, this is like you see the cover, you come in, first thing you see this beautiful inside cover with the content warning, but also useful information, because this is just really nice to have when you're playing instead of having to leaf the book to go where the weapons stats are, which is, let me tell you, very common to have to do. It's like, yeah, how much damage is your gun do? What chapter is that in? Like, where's the equipment? Okay, mouse, okay, guns. Okay, wait, mine's a pistol. Okay, where's the pistol table? All that stuff. I'm looking right at you, Shadowrun. Instead, that's me. In fact, I'm gonna take a stab at this and say that probably the back cover also has a very useful table or two right on it. I'm gonna go ahead and guess that's probably what's gonna happen. Again, not just good game design, but good like book design. So very well done. Let's see. Choose skills. Okay. Roll loadout, trinket, and this one thing needs to go away. Can I make that go away? Is there a way to make the support center thing go away? Sorry, this is on me. Can I, is there no way to status bar? No. AI assistant, how do you, no, I'm never going to sign in. I don't want your AI is everywhere, anywhere. All right, never mind. It's a little like floaty, like AI support center button. I may have to switch out readers at some point. It sucks that every single app these days feels the need to shove some version of AI at you. Anyway, step 9, finishing. Write the character's name and pronouns. Mark a 0 above high score. You are now ready to play your first session of Mothership. Simple, easy. No, I don't want plagiarism bot, it turns out. Look, LLMs, there are uses for them, okay? There are some uses for LLMs. Making art and writing things should not be 2 of those uses. Those are the things that it is bad at. It is incredibly bad at those things because those are inherently human endeavors, and LLMs are not in any way, shape, or form human or intelligent. They are predictive. They are models. They're large language models. That's why I keep like going LLM instead of AI, just because it isn't artificial. It is not intelligent. And it is, as you noted, plagiarism bot. It is trained. It is a very complicated set of equations that take as input into themselves the bulk of human writing and artistry and creativity, and spit out the other end a mathematically interesting combination of the original inputs. That does a good enough job of approximating what an average human would do that it becomes useful as a chatbot. There are use cases for LLMs within, like machine learning, LLMs, all these things. They can have some really interesting uses. The AI, the quote unquote AI that we have now, ChatGPT and everything, is a plagiarism bot. It is not useless, and it doesn't, like, that's the thing. If it did what it needs to do, like one good use for AI that I've found is there's this app called Descript. And that it's not a perfect app. It's got some AI like creation tools, like, like write me a script and then read it I'm not saying they're the good ones. No, I'm just saying there is an example within that app that I think is a good use of quote unquote AI and LLMs, because again, some of the features that it has, like basically you can go into Descript, pay them like $30 a month and basically say like, hey Descript, write a script about why Mothership the RPG is good. Boom, and it'll write a shitty AI generated script, and then you can tell the app, okay, you have a model of my voice because I did the thing where you now have enough of my voice that you can effectively make a copy of it. Cool, create a podcast using my voice with that text, and it will create a 30-minute podcast talking vaguely about the thing that sounds very close to what you sound like. No, that's not the valid use. That is shit. That is shit. You're a bad person if you do that, and your podcast should crash and burn. But LLMs and machine learning algorithms are very good at deciphering a voice. So one of the stuff like transcription specifically for audio editing, dope, incredibly dope, and it's smart enough to be able to take those transcriptions that it creates from your audios. Basically, we use it, for example, to edit our podcasts, because it'll do a full transcription of everything that says. It divides it by speaker. It recognizes different speakers. So it gives you, we have that full transcript. And then it lets you edit the audio file by editing the transcription. So that whole, rather than having to completely listen to everything, you can edit big chunks of it out. Like though that whole sidebar on, Bavarian chocolate that has nothing to do with the game and wasn't even funny. We just kind of went on a sidebar. It's all there. You can literally just go select all the text, delete, and it's very smart, and it knows exactly how to cut it out. And it does a very good job at it. And that's the kind of use where that, yeah, machine learning programs were able to basically learn to decipher the human voice enough to do very, very good transcription, and then are smart enough to tie that transcription to all the timestamps in the file, letting you do audio editing without, at least some level of audio editing without even really needing to listen to the audio, which is why, like it makes it easier to like edit outside of the house, because you can do some swaths of editing by just looking at text. That's a good use of the types of things that LLMs and quote unquote AI is capable of. It enhances creativity. It gives you extra tools to do more faster. It takes care of a lot of the grunt work, because it's smart enough, quote unquote, smart enough to recognize and work with the things that we as humans need to work with. And it allows you to do that in a way that basically lets the technology adapt to humanity rather than humanity having to adapt to the technology. Examples like those are few and far fucking between, unfortunately. But anyway, that was that rant about AI. So here we go. One game that doesn't use AI, I suspect, is this one. But yeah, it is just annoying that so many app companies and everything, they just went all in on the stupid fucking AI craze, and it's just shoved into, like, again, you can't see it. I'm moving it around the screen right now and you can't see it, but there's a little button that just says hey, that you can't get rid of it. I can put it elsewhere, I can get it out of the way, but it's always there and it's bright and I cannot get rid of it, and it doesn't appear to be any kind of way to shut it off. And if I click it, it just asks me to sign in, which I'm never going to sign in. I don't know, man. I don't know. Anyway, old man yells at cloud. Here we go. Credits. Credits here presented in a beautiful sort of like Cthulhu meets Alien bit of art here. Love it. Love the Giger vibes to it. Credits are the primary currency in Mothership and are notated as follows: 100 CRs, 100 credits, 2.5K CR, 200,000 credits. Yep, 32.2 MCR, million credits. BCR, billion credits. Cool. Checks out. Starting credits. Characters get 2d10 times 10 credits in addition to their starting loadout. If you want to forego a starting loadout and buy gear piecemeal, roll 2d10 times 100 credits for starting credits instead. Loadouts contain the weapons, armor, and other gear characters. Okay, you know what? Let's try something. I've got some dice I can roll on screen, because there's a lot of tables here. Let's just go ahead and follow the book. Let's follow the book. Let's do this, right? So let's make a character. Why don't we? Let's see. Ocular it's a nice open source PDF reader, not a feature riff, but I don't think it's AI feature. I'll check it out. I don't need a lot of features. I literally just need it to do what I'm doing right now. It needs to display PDFs, and if it can do this with the, choose the thing, all the better. That's all I need out of a PDF reader. Preferably don't make me sign into your service. Don't show me ads. Just a simple open source. Yeah, this open source PDF reader is probably exactly what I need. You know what? Actually, let me just make a note of it, because I've switched, like, my browser right now. I can highly recommend, by the way, Zen browser. Sorry, Ocular PDF, not PDS, PDF. There we go. Ocular, the Universal Document Viewer. Oh, by the KDE folks. All right, cool. Yeah, I'll check it out. I'll check it out calmly later. Is there a window? Yeah, I'm assuming there's a Windows version. Okay, yeah, there is. It's on the Microsoft Store and everything. Oh, nice. Wait, if it's on the Microsoft Store, can I just install that? Can I just do that? Be on the store? Yeah, there we go. I'm just gonna go ahead and install that. Why not? It's free. Let's go ahead and do it. Checking system requirements, open source all the way, the people's code. Yeah, no, exactly. Like, again, the only reason The only reason that I am not currently running this show from my Linux partition is uh, the Pop OS distro dual booting on this machine. And the only reason that I am not doing this over there is specifically NVIDIA Broadcast. If NVIDIA Broadcast was available on Linux, I would that's it. That's all I would need. That's all I would, because all the games that I run are working fine on Linux. In Zen browser, I switched to it because it works and it syncs. It's basically a Firefox fork. I'm really happy with it. I used to be really big on Arc browser on my Mac, and then I tried Arc browser on Windows, which is shitty. And now the Arc browser company, they also went like full AI, and now it's kind of abandonware. But I really liked the browser that they had. Zen is the closest thing I've seen to Arc, without the AI shit, full open source, and it's on Windows, it's on Mac, it's on Linux, which means I have the same browser on all three of my platforms. The only thing I miss is I wish it was on iOS. That's the only one that I wish I had. But otherwise, big fan of Zen browser. Check it out. Anyway, there we go. So we installed Ocular. Right? Did that work? Yes. And then can I open a document? Yes. Let's go ahead and close this one. Or actually, no. Let me see. Can I just open it here and go Mothership? Come on, find it. Probably should have not done that search on the root of my Dropbox folder. I've made a mistake. Aha, found it though. Player survival guide. Here we go. All right, so that opened up. And then can I close this? Beautiful. All right, and let's go ahead and tell OBS, another beautiful open source app, big fan of that, to go ahead and change to, I may have to switch out here and then switch back here so it refreshes. There we go, Ocular. Okay, have to switch the fiddle with the window size, but there it is. We're getting to it. All right. There we go. And then yeah, and that's beautiful. Okay, so we got that. Now let's see, view mode. Here we go. Facing pages, center, first page. Yes, there we go. That was easy, and that one made it real clear and obvious. Does this one show the interface on the thing? No, you also don't see. Yeah, you see my mouse is moving this interface, so you can't see it. But this one makes it real obvious. Yeah, face center, and it's like, yeah. This I didn't need help figuring this one out. Hey, thank you for the suggestion. No, man, this is what it is. Tangents are the way. They are the way. They are how we do. Okay, great. So the only problem is that the screen that I have is like this window that I have. The format on it does not allow for best viewing, because if I want to kind of have this so you can see the full 2 pages side by side, like so it's all displayed on screen like this, then what I would have to do on OBS so it looks proper is kind of do this, and no, it's too much. Yeah, I have to like basically shrink the whole thing. Hey, that's the overhead camera there. Look, my little one-piece phone. Anyway, kind of like put this here, and then see, like it leaves so much exposed, because 16:9 versus like 4:3. Also, it makes it real small. You know what I can do though, if we don't necessarily PDF reader review stream. You know what? You've all learned something new. Ocular, okay, LAR is apparently a good PDF reader for all platforms. It's fully open source, as I saw on the website. Okay, I've got an idea. Bear with me. Let me try something here. We're doing something. All right. We're doing it live. Bear with me. Um, first, first thing that needs to happen here is I go to uh, okay, and then we do this. Then we switch here. Okay, well, I'm just gonna switch to my game view. Is what I'm gonna do, and then I'll tell it that the game is the PDF. Right? Let's see how that works. We get rid of our interface for the most part, and we just go here and we go, hey, can you just make it here, right? Um, okay. Do you not like that? Okay, I don't think it likes that one as a game window. So can I just do an app capture? Actually, just give me a window capture. We already have one. Just add app capture, which I already have. There we go. Beautiful. And then we're just gonna kind of no, 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 don't do that. Why are you like this? Why are you like this? Why are you running? Okay, and let's just kind of put this here, kind of, where'd you go? Where'd you go? The one problem, here we go. And put that behind the camera. There we go. And then, listen, we're all learning new things today. This is a good time. I'm gonna kind of put this up here to not have the interface, right? And then we do this. There we go. Look at that. Look at that. And we'll kind of put it over here, so my face. And in fact, then we can do one last thing. We can make me, we can kind of cut me off a little, because I don't need to be this large on this screen right now. Or I can just simply make my background go away. Let's do that. Let's do that. That's it. This is, again, NVIDIA Broadcast. There we go. Background removal. Boom. Done. Gone. All right. There we go. Look at this. That's a much better view, I think. Let me adjust again. Let me adjust again here. Maybe I can do, okay, there we go. There we go. So, yeah, I'm here. I'm like on the page. Whoop, there we go. Hey, I can point at things now. That's actually also kind of cool. Anyway. All right. Now we're talking. Now we've got a better view. Sure, you guys up here are being kind of weird though. That's that. Can I what can I do about chat? No, that's not chat. Which one is chat? Your chat. Can I kind of move y'all over here? I can, but then y'all are kind of unreadable up there. Your names are very, very nicely visible. And I can then kind of just move this whole thing, kind of like the app capture again, move it a little bit more over here. There we go. Okay, wait. I need to make this look good. I need to make this look good. We're all here. Why am I not? There we go. Let's listen. Let's listen to some, there we go, some background music. I've been silent all this time. I don't know why you people are letting me get away with it. I mean, I should change this from some lo-fi chilly vibes to like some spooky space vibes. But for lack of that, well, okay, so what's happening here with the app? Why is this kind of broken? Okay, cool, that looks good now. Last thing we need to do is fix y'all. I'm sorry, I cannot. Give me a second, Stream Elements. Let me just go into Stream Elements real quick and change your text to like white so that you're readable. This needs to happen right now. Log me in. I thought I was already logged in, but apparently I'm not. This has to happen right now. Yes, it does. I know you're thinking, Dan, does this have to happen right now? Yeah. Yeah, it really, really does. Okay, so here we go. Text settings for that are going to be, can I change? How can I? You know, this would be very ominous if playing in the background of an opening scene while you hear screams and blood splatters start to go at an old school gramophone. You know, it would. Here we go. Is this the color? Yeah. So if I change it to white like that, and then I save, okay, so that kind of cleared all of y'all, but hopefully next chat that comes up, it will be in white and will be readable. I hope so. And then last thing we need here, let's see. Yes, there we go. There we go. Look at us, folks. Look at us. We did it. All right, one last little bit here. I just want to make sure that I can properly fit a full page, right? So I'm going to kind of expand this a little bit here and go here. So if I'm here, right? Like, how can I, where would it end? Where would it end? Okay, and then let's change the mouse mode. There we go. So, aha. So that's a full, right? No, that's a full page. No, the astronaut is still getting cut off. All right. I want to make this work. I want to make, nope, wrong thing. I want to make this work. See, because this is the bottom. Yeah, we want to see this. Right, I guess here's the top. And then all right. We're almost there. No, this is still too little. So ad break about to hit. Yeah, exactly. That's the thing. Like, ad break's about to hit. You know what? It'll have to be good. Actually, I can play with this during the ad break. I think that's what's going to happen. I'm going to fix this during the ad break. I need to, let me see here. Boop, boop, boop. Is that? Aha, almost. I think that's it. Yes. And then I can kind of move this a little bit more here. There we go. That is finally a proper 2-page display. An improved view, though. Yeah, right? It did take a while. Should I have done this outside of the stream? Perhaps. Is your reward, dear viewer, for putting up with all of this going to be to get shunted to the ad zone within moments? Also true. So I'm just going to go ahead and kick those off right now. We'll go to the Be Right Back screen, and I will in the meantime try to adjust this in studio mode so that when we come back, it looks, although this is pretty close. I think I need to be bigger. My ego desires this. So until then, folks, we will, as always, be right back. I actually meant to do this. I hit the wrong button. I actually meant to. All right, I think this is good. I think this works. Yeah, this is decent. How did I switch to and from? I distinctly do not remember how I turned studio mode on or off. But there it is. There it is. All right. I think we've got it. I think we've got it. This is me, fairly large. I can kind of point at things now, and there's the PDF, and we can actually see 2 full pages all at once. There's chat up there. The only thing that would make this better is, and I'm going to go ahead and tell you what it would be. It would be having those little communist ads kind of like right above my head there, just rotating, I think. But I'm not going to have them. But I may need to do something with this screen later. There's also usually the screen that I do actual like video gaming on, though, which is why, it is how it is. But you know what? This fits the mood. This fits the mood. It's dark. It's gloomy, despite the Spotify being just having some very lo-fi beats. But you know what? Sure. Let's go with that. Let's go with that. All right, folks. How are we doing anyway? How's everybody doing? I hope folks are enjoying themselves, considering we've made it again pages 6 and 7 of the book. There we go, pages 6 and 7. But what we wanted to do was do a character rolling, right? Oh no, do I have the dice on this screen? After all that, do I have the dice on this screen? Let me see. Oh no, I don't think I have the dice on this screen. Of course I don't have no, there it is. I do have the dice on this screen. I rolled a 13. All right. We can do this. Let's make a character. All right. So we're going to we're just write it down. Chat. I'm going to need you to write it down because I don't have a character sheet open. In a perfect world, that's what I would have over my head, a character sheet that I'm writing these down on. So chat, I'm going to need you to keep track of this character that we're all going to create together. So let us follow the instructions. Roll 2d10 plus 25 for each stat. So let's see what our strength is. We're going to roll 2d10. Okay, that's 3 and 6. So that's 9 plus 25 is 34 strength. Not bad. That's, again, average is like 36, I think. Yes, 36. So that's not the worst. So just about average strong, maybe a little bit less. All right, now let's roll for speed. Ooh, 10 and 2. So 12 plus 25 is 37. Again, pretty average on speed. Let's roll for, what is it now? Intellect. 5 and 5. So 10, so 35 intellect. Again, we're just real average right across the board, which tends to be the case with a lot of these OSR style games. And let's see, final one for combat. Oh, we're a scrapper. That's a 13. I mean, scrapper, so 5, 6, so 38. We're pretty dead average. We're barely better than average at fighting. That's how it's going to be, right? Considering that there is technically a up to 20-point variation, all of them were basically just real mid across the board. So none of what I've seen so far gives me an indication of what I want to play stats-wise, which is not necessarily a bad thing, right? It sometimes happens that you, like in a game like this one where you'll roll stats, and you might come in wanting to go like, all right, I want to play an android, I want to play a marine, and then the stats like are just not in your favor. That's just like high intellect, low combat, low strength, low speed or something. And you're like, okay, I guess I'll go with a scientist or something. But at the same time, like I could go any direction with these stats. So let's keep going for the saves. And I do find that interesting that your saves have nothing to do with your stats. They're just generated separately. That's really interesting. Okay, so let's roll the saves. So the saves are 2d10 plus 10. All right. So 6 and 9, 15 plus 10, 35. 35, right? No, 20. Wait. Yeah. Okay, yeah, 25, 35 for sanity, which is pretty close to as good as it gets for this game. Fear save is, all right, straight down the middle. So that's a 30 for fear save. And our body save. And oops, that's the wrong dice, but sure. 80%. Again, 10 straight down the middle, so another 30 on our body save. All right, so we're a little bit more resistant to sanity loss than others, but otherwise fairly average just across the board. I'm probably just gonna make a Teamster, just keep going average, I guess. Unless, I don't know, do we want to make like a Marine? Let's make a Marine so we can play around with the combat, I think. All right, so we'll make a Marine, all right? And then that would make my combat. I've not been keeping track of stats, chat. I don't know if you have. One would hope, because I told you to. But we're doing a very bad job of making a character, because I'm not actually keeping track of these things. I should write them down. All right, all right, all right. Give me a second. Let me grab. Ooh, that's the one I can do. Wait, yeah. Give me a second. Let's see here. So let's go. Mothership character sheet. That's one we can do. There's also a companion app, which I haven't used. But yeah, let's do the basic character profile here. Okay. And what I can do here, you see, is... Oh, stop that. Is this fillable? Nope. Can I write on it? Nope. Why? Why are you like this? Why is it never as easy as it should be? You know? Why? Okay, can I do this? Just tell it to actually save the file? Yeah. Open link. This is just a very basic. Can I? Why must you do this? Never mind. Never mind. I hate this. I hate this. All right, I'm just going to open up a notepad window and write it down as I go, just so I can keep track of what's going on here. That's what's going to happen. Fuck it. All right, so anybody remember what my stats were? I think it was like 34 strength, and then it was like 35 speed. I'm just going to go give myself 35s across the board, because that's what I remember. All right, and then it was like 30s across the board for all the saves. That's what I'm doing. You're not seeing this, but it's just for me. And then we're gonna be a Marine. So my combat stat is gonna go from 35 to 45. My body save is gonna go from 30 to 40. There we go. Aaron Average, the Marine. I love it. I love it. Aaron Average, the Marine. Yes. All right, body save is now 40, and combat is 45. That's the stats for 35 and 30. All right, so combat is 48 then. Fuck yeah. Beautiful. Good enough, good enough. Thank you, Phoenix. Let's go now. So, and then plus 20 to my fear save. Oh, so my fear save is now 50. Not bad. Look at me go. And I have plus 1 max wounds. We'll keep that in mind later. Max wounds. Okay, cool. Let us continue. So we've decided our class. We're going to be a Marine. Roll 1d10 plus 10 for our health. Let's roll 1d10. 5 plus 10. So our health is 15. Let's mark that down. 15 is our health. We start with 2 current and maximum. Oh, wait, no. We have 3 because we're a Marine. So our wounds here would be actually 3 as a Marine. Solid. And then nothing happens with stress. Stress is just 2 and 2. That's just by default. Okay, and then we mark down that as a Marine, whenever we panic, every close friendly player would make a fear save. And then from there, we follow a little arrow to 7. Know your class skills and choose bonus skills. All right, so as a Marine, I get military training. So we would mark that as military training, which gives us access to firearms and command. We get athletics, which gives us access to hand-to-hand combat. And that's it. And then we get either 1 expert or 2 trained. I'm going to say that my Marine is a gun guy. So I'm going to take, the military training and athletics that I'm given by default, and I will take 1 expert skill, which is going to be firearms. So I have athletics plus 10 and military training. Training is plus 10, And then my firearms is 15. Plus 15, rather. Cool. So we've got that set up. Plus 15. God damn it. Plus 15. There we go. All right. So, and then what are we doing? So after that, we choose those. This doesn't matter. This is for skill training, conditions, nothing gets picked. So we just kind of go, follow the arrow, go all the way back here to 8. Roll for your equipment, loadout, trinket, and patch. All right. We're gonna go do that now. So roll for, let's go ahead and click the link. Let's see where it takes us. Roll for a loadout based on your character's class. Let's go. Okay, that takes us straight to page 7. So we already saw starting credits. Cool. Oh, actually, did I ever? I guess I didn't, but we'll do it. Oh, yeah, actually, yeah, that would be done down here. So we might as well, since it's here anyway, let's go ahead and roll our starting credits. So it's 2d10. Ooh, 9. 2. So 11 times 100. So 1,100 credits is what I get. Oh, wait, no, if you want to forgo, oh, no, that's 310 times 10, not times 100. So actually, 110 credits is all I get. 110 credits, because I am going to follow the loadout rules. All right, Marine loadouts. So we're rolling, once again, a D10. Looks like it's basically D10s all around. Yeah, and D100s, pets are, yeah, it's all D10s. All right, cool. That's good to know, right? It's all D10s, D100s. Just kind of going through it real quick just to see. Okay, so there is a D20, the panic dice. Good to know. And 1D22, so percentile dice basically. All right, so that's good to know. We'll get to that very shortly. All right, so anyway, let's get back to it. We've got our military marine loadouts. So let's roll. So what do we get? Loadouts contain the weapons, armor, and other gear characters start with. Roll 1d10 on the appropriate table to determine your starting loadout, then record that on your character sheet. Some are better than others, but all of them are useful in the hands of a desperate person. Underlined terms are not described in the equipment section. Use common sense to determine their use. All right, let's roll and see what we get. 1d10. That's a 9. So we get a dress uniform, which is AP armor, I guess, AP 1, a revolver with 1 round, and a challenge coin. Man, I would have liked the fatigues and the combat shotgun and the dog and leash and tennis ball. That would have been neat. Or maybe a standard battle dress, smart rifle, 3 mags, binocular, personal look. Okay, so we're already getting a story here, right? Though, like, because I rolled wait, no, I rolled what was it? Oh shit, it's gone. That was a 9. It was a 9, not an 8, or did I roll an 8? How did I literally just forget what I just rolled? And the dice is gone already. I guess I could check the site that I'm using for these rolls. Let me check it. It would have the history there. Let's see, DDD dice. Let me check the room history on that, because now I'm curious. Let's see, my rooms, enter the stream room. So it was a 9. It was a 9. Okay, it was a 9. I just saw my history. So with a 9, actually, wait, no. Why did I think it was dress, uniform, and revolver in 1 round when actually I got the best? Holy shit, I just realized I rolled better. I tried to undercut myself. I rolled a 9. Yes, I just confirmed it. And and I tried to give myself the shitty one when actually I basically get a mech. The only thing that would have been better would have been the version of the mech that also brings a flamethrower. Although, gotta give them credit for the tank top and camo pants and a combat knife and a bunch of stim packs to fuck shit up. But no, I rolled a 9. Okay, cool. So actually, advanced battle dress. Okay, I got the good shit. Advanced battle dress, which an AP of 10, which I'm assuming that's good armor. Definitely beats that dress uniform with an AP of 1. And then a general purpose machine gun, as opposed to those specialized machine guns. This one's for all your machine gun purposes. Whatever they may be, this one can do it. And then 1 can of ammo. Yum. And finally, a HUD. HUD, which is not underlined, So I'm going to assume it gets defined at some point. Okay, in the equipment section, hopefully we'll see what a HUD is. I'm curious about that. Okay, cool. So we're actually armed, locked, and loaded for bear with this Marine, with Aaron Average. Fuck yeah, Aaron Average. Here we go. I'm curious. Okay, let's see. So if we looked at the other loadouts, what is some of the stuff that we could have gotten? So lots of standard crew attires for vac suits, AP3s, revolver with 10 rounds, a few revolvers, defibrillators, sample collection kits, a jump 9 ticket, which destination blank. Okay, so not defined, but assumes it means you had a ticket, you had a sort of open-ended ticket to leave somewhere on whatever the jump 9s are as an android. That tells a story right there. That tells a story right there. Scientist loadouts, we've got hazard suits, tranq pistol, bioscanners, or a lab coat, cybernetic diagnostic scanner, portable computer terminal, scrubs, civilian clothes. So it's curious because these can vary wildly. Again, like look at that Marine loadout, the difference between 8 and 9, right? But also that tells a story in and of itself. Like this guy with just the 1-round revolver, a challenge coin, and just his dress uniform was going to be a very different Marine. I was going to be on that ship for a very different reason than this guy, this fucking jarhead here. Right? Like, so I do like that there is, even though it's just a list of equipment, like here, Teamster loadouts, for example, this one here. Heavy-duty work clothes, explosives with a detonator, and cigarettes. There's a story behind that guy. Standard crew attire, flare gun, water filtration device, personal locator, subsurface scanner again. Or this guy with the loungewear, crowbar, stim pack, and a 6-pack of beer. Like, this guy's gonna make an impact on your game, I think. Cool. These are actually really well designed. I really like those. That's a lot of fun. Honestly, that's gonna straight up get it. Oh wait, I don't have the WoW on this screen. Another reason why I don't normally do that on these. Do these PDFs on here. I really need to adjust so I have all my other stuff, because I'm not gonna have my curses or WoWs available on this screen, I don't think, which makes me sad. But, you know, we had to do it to him. We had to do it to him so we can actually see this. By the way, how are we doing on... Are we, like... I've stopped paying attention to what the ad situation is like because I got too distracted. Let me bring that up. How bad is it? Okay, we still got like another 10 minutes before the next set of ads. We're good. I was worried. I was like, are we in ads and I'm just talking to myself? I mean, I'm always talking to myself, but you know what I mean. All right, let's keep going. Let's check out the next step in character creation. Where'd my PDF go? Here we go. All right, so we did that. We got our loadouts. So the next step would be trinkets and patches, which are on the next page. Okay, let's roll some trinkets. Roll on the table during character creation to find a random trinket. So it's just gonna be one. Oh, this okay. Mouse, you need to chill. And then you need to kind of just, there we go. Can you, okay, good. Now, let's roll D100 for a trinket. Sure. So let's get my dice back. And let's see here. So D100. That's a 51. 51 says, here we go, fussy handcuffs. All right. Yes, there's a story there. You know what? When it's for stuff like this, sometimes I'll do one. Sometimes I'll let people like roll twice or even 3 times and pick whichever one they feel fits better. I'm going to give myself a 3 times. I want to get 2 more options. Let's see. Love and Aaron Average more with every roll, right? Like I'm probably sticking with the fuzzy the fuzzy handcuffs, but I want to see what else we might get. Ooh, 80. 80. Okay, so 80 is a flint hatchet. Interesting. Okay, and one last roll. Let's go. 86, very close to it. A trucker cap, mesh, gray alien logo. I kind of like that trucker cap, but it's going to have to be the fuzzy handcuffs. You can't say no to the fuzzy handcuffs. I do like that one of the options here is smut seditious. The captain ordered. So is there like smut? Is there a version of smut that's not seditious? Wait. Let's see. I'm just going through them, see if there's a non-seditious version of smut. But is all smut seditious? And if so, why do we need to point out? It is not an actual game criticism, by the way. I'm just legitimately curious. I do not see non-seditious smut. I certainly hope somebody out there with all the extra material has been created for Mothership. I certainly hope somebody out there has created a table that includes non-seditious smut. For those of us who, you know, we're not about to be seditious, but we appreciate a little bit of smut. Just saying. All right, so I'm going to write down that I've got some fuzzy handcuffs, which will come in handy for our session. Oh, you betcha. All right, I think regular in that category wouldn't count as a trinket, just all over on a ship, only seditious. All right, that's fair. That's fair. That's actually, the more that I think about it, the more sense that makes. You're not wrong. All right, and then roll this cable in the categorization to find a patch that you have sewn onto your clothing or gear. Whether this patch has significant meaning or not is entirely up to you. I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to roll 3 times and see what we get. So first roll is a 37. 37 is a dove in the crosshairs, which for a Marine, that checks out. That's not a bad option. I love that a Chibi Cthulhu is one of the options too. Let's see, second roll is a 15. 15 is a Viking skull. Okay, that's not bad. And finally, a 64. 64. Space is my home. Sad astronaut. Oh. Okay, so it's between the first one and the last one. Space is my home. Sad astronaut. Oh, I think I like that one better. It gives Aaron Average a little. No worries, Potato. Thanks for hanging out. Take care. I hope to see you again next time. Aaron Average will remember this. Let's see. I'm gonna go with the Space is my home, sad astronaut. I think Aaron Average deserves to have. I think he's got, you know, despite the fact that he is armed for bear and ready to destroy any alien monsters that may come before him. I think Aaron Average is going to be, you know, he's soft inside. All right, next, equipment. Oftentimes, the difference between life and death is having the right tools for the job. Below is a non-comprehensive list of the kinds of gears and tools available to characters at the start of the game. Great. Love a nice little list. Let's check some of this stuff. So we've got body cams for 50 credits, camera worn your clothing that can stream video back to a control center so the crew members can see what you're doing. Add night vision for 300 extra credits, or thermal vision for 1,000 credits. Cool. Also, yeah, I can see this being really interesting for certain things. Let's check. What's an automed? You get 5 of those for 1,500 credits. Okay, I've got 110 credits. I'm not buying anything. Probably not anywhere. It's 20 credits for assorted tools. Nanotech pills that assist your body in repairing damage by granting advantage to body saves meant to repel disease and poison as well as attempts to heal from rest. Nice. Okay, high power batteries. Oh, there we go. This is a heads-up display, so I got to start with one of those. My HUD normally only costs 100 credits, often worn by Marines. The HUD allows the wearer to see through the body cams of others in their unit and connect to any SmartLink upgraded weapon. Interesting. Okay. SmartLink add-on costs 10,000 credits, grants remote viewing, recording, and operation of a ranged weapon, plus 5 damage to the weapon. Okay, I can't afford that, definitely. But good to know that I have the HUD, and if anybody else in my party, including possibly myself, picks up a body cam, I mean, I might. For 110 credits that I have, 50 credits on the body cam, it might not be the worst thing, especially considering how expensive everything else is. 100,000 credits for an exo-loader. Open air mechanical exoskeleton used for heavy lifting. Loader can deal 1 wound. Loader claws can deal 1 wound. The user can only wear standard crew attire or standard battle dress while operating battery operated 48 hours of use. So that's the one if you're going to do the Ripley and fight the evil queen. Okay, 100,000 credits, I guess. You got radiation pills. Take 1d5 damage and reduce your radiation level by 1 for 20 for 2d10 minutes. Ouch. Portable computer terminal for 1.5 credits. Yeah, okay, cool. And you can buy credits for 200,000 credits for an organic pet. Jesus Christ, how am I supposed to get that many credits? Anyway, you can get pets. Also, yeah, I could have ended up with a pet as part of one of the loadouts, which I'm sad I didn't. But let's take a look here. So pets can be great companions, but failure to protect them comes at a significant emotional cost. As a pet owner, tell me about it. So organic pets versus synthetic pets. Did your loadout come with a weapon or armor? Yes, it did. It did. My loadout came with the advanced battle dress and a general purpose machine gun. So the advanced battle, so that would probably be back on the inside cover. Like here, yeah. So let's see, general purpose machine gun. It normally costs 4.5 thousand credits. It's a long range, it's 4d10 damage, not too shabby. So if I just did hit somebody, it's like, I hit the monster, I'll do 1, 2, 3, 4, 7, 10, 16, 30, 24 points of, 24 points of damage. Not too shabby, not too shabby. And what else does it have going for it? It's gunshot wounds. Okay, it's got 5 shots. Two-handed heavy barrel can be maneuvered to fire around corners. Oh, that's nice. That's good to know. That's really cool. And then the advanced battle dress down here. Heavy armor for Marines deployed in high combat off-world engagements. 12,000 credits. AP 10. Has enough oxygen for an hour. Nothing about the speed. Includes short-range comms, body cam, headlamp, HUD, exoskeletal weave. Strength checks get a plus. What is that? Just a plus, okay. And radiation shielding, and has damage reduction 3. Yes, I rolled very well on my loadout, Phoenix. I rolled so well that I am comfortable just simply going off to ads, because it is, in fact, it's been long enough, unfortunately. Ads are starting whether I want them to know in about 2 minutes, so I might as well just kick them off now, and then we'll be back to see what else we got with the pets. I want to see this little carrying capacity, and then look at these. This is great. Oh no, let's spend some time on that when we get back from those ads. We will, of course, be right back. Hey, we're back. How is everybody doing? All right, we are back to it. We are looking at pets. We're looking at carrying capacity. We're going to look at those weapons in a second. Let's see. So pets, you take 1 stress whenever your pet takes damage. Checks out. With a synthetic, you get to make a sanity check. You don't get to make a sanity check with the organics. You only have 1 trained skill versus synthetics having more. So, like, synthetics are technically better than organics. In basically every sense, but I mean, organics though, like, okay, so I wonder what this means. I haven't seen this defined yet. That the difference between like this plus unrest saves versus the +5 unrest, like, what does this sort of like? I mean, I'm guessing we'll get that defined at some point soon, but like, I don't know what it means yet. And then carrying capacity. Use common sense to determine what you can reasonably carry. For reference, the average person can carry about 1/4 of their body weight. Yeah, checks out. The average Marine is expected to carry between 90 to 160 pounds in combat. Depending on the setting, androids may be built to carry 1 to 5 times that amount. When in doubt, characters can carry 1 light thing in each hand or 1 heavy thing with both hands. Okay, so basically very much vibes-based. Good. I was a little worried for a second. I thought, oh no, am I going to have to track weight and stuff? Because I don't see that defined. Okay, so now we've got all the weapons. So while we did have, and in fact, let's see. So these are specific weapons. Oh, okay. So there's a number in the name, I guess. Oh, I love this art. Holy shit. Oh, this is beautiful. Okay, wait. Let me get back to the weapons first. Sorry. So we got a flamethrower, we got a rigging gun, laser cutter, nail gun, hand welder, foam gun. I love that foam gun. Blood force, body saver becomes stuck. Strength check, neck. Okay, so I think I see what that means now. Negative on combat check. Is this like? I guess we'll see shortly. But I have a feeling that this is advantage, and when it's the negative, it's disadvantage. Disadvantage on combat check. Advantage on rest saves versus just a simple +5. I think that's advantage. We'll double check it, but based on the way it's being presented here, that is my guess. That's advantage and disadvantage. So sadly, we don't see our weapon here, that general purpose machine gun, unless it is somewhere here, which I don't think it is. Well, that's kind of a shame, because the advanced heavy. So this is what I've got. I'm carrying. Wait, no. Which one of these is advanced battle dress? This is the hazard suit. This is the advanced battle dress, hazard suit, vac suit, standard crew attire, standard battle dress. Okay. So I'm back here. I'm this guy. It's not a hazard suit. It does, but it can though. Like, it does have got radiation shielding. I got exoskeletal weaves. Armodyne heavy K, advanced battle dress, armor points 10, combat damage reduction. Yeah, this is dope. I'm this guy back here. That's dope. And then headlamp, body cam. The sad part though, and I don't see it, oxygen supply. This is really cool though. I love this presentation. This is something like, if and when we ever get to like something like Morkborg, that's another one that we'll see, that just the visual presentation and stuff is just gorgeous. But again, we don't get my general purpose machine gun. This lack of general purpose machine gun representation in the game is taking me completely out. No, I'm sorry. I take back everything I've said about the game that is good, because where is my general purpose machine gun art? I do not see it here. There's a submachine gun, but it's not the same thing. It's not the same thing. I am sad that my general purpose machine gun is not here. But hey, here we go. We got, at least, for everything else though, here's some actual art so you know what it looks like. And there's some like model names you can use. This is all good stuff. It's all good stuff. I love all of this. I wish my weapon was here. If you let me roll it, why you make armor? Why you make art for it? Marine abuse. I'm just gonna sit here for a moment and look at this. I love this art. All right, it's been a moment. Let's keep going. Safety instructions. Hey, look at this stuff. This is great. So in 2 pages, because after that we've got actual more mechanics and stuff, but this is like some good stuff. How to be a great player. Mothership will be a very challenging game. You should expect, and the first thing they tell you, you should expect characters to die. Play smart, make the most of your time. So see, there it is. It's that OSR. Tune back into safety tools, love to see it, yes. So we do have safety tools, but also like, I love that it's setting expectations from the beginning, right? This game tells you, and I think that may be part of the problem. Like maybe, I don't know if we read this the first time. Like I have a feeling that if it is a submachine gun, it's the regular machine gun, but it likes to be told what to do. That checks out. That checks out. But like, I get the feeling that when we played, and again, you know, Potato might reply back to tomorrow. We did the whole thing with the character sheet. We made our characters. Possibly even Jesus made characters for us. And then none of us read this. So when the game started and we realized everybody was going to die and we suck at everything, Anyway, so right now this is setting expectations. This should be, if you're ever running this game, if your players read nothing else, have them read 16.1. I think. Violence is to be punishing. If you're fighting, you're losing. Violence is deadly and should be avoided at all costs. The odds to be stacked against you. Rolls are punishing in Mothership. Find ways to stack the odds in your favor. To make difficult choices, surviving the ordeal, solving the mystery, or saving the day are often mutually exclusive. To pay attention, stay focused, and plug into the fictional world. It helps you and everyone else get into the spirit of the game and have a more immersive experience and a safe play environment. This is a horror game, and it can deal with many uncomfortable topics. It's your responsibility to make sure you're not making anyone at the table uncomfortable with your words and actions, both in and out of character, and to speak up if you feel uncomfortable or if you notice anyone else might be uncomfortable. Pretty solid, good guidance, sets expectations of the kind of game you're in for. Straight up again, first thing you are told, don't get too attached to your characters, they may die. But also remember that the OSR vibe that I told you, where like there is an expectation, like, how can I put this? Most, I was gonna say all, but no, most tabletop RPGs, including like classics like D&D, have a certain expectation of player skill. Even 5th edition, right, despite the fact that very much falls into the your character is nigh a demigod as of level 3, etc., but it also, there is some expectation of player skill. You should know how to play your class. In fact, if anything, it's almost considered slightly rude, right, to not know how to play your class, because it slows down the game for other people. So there is a certain expectation of player skill, but it's not huge. At the end of the day, it's a more forgiving game. It can be run very unforgivingly, but it's more of it's a more forgiving game by default than something like this, which is meant to be unforgiving, and it tells you, and that's a lot of what OSR is. Like, there is a player skill, not a character skill, but a player skill element to OSR play, and what we see here is that is embodied very well in that. Okay, so let's see Mothership finally. So after all of this, so we're on page 17. Like, this is the stuff that normally most games will put right up front, and even for my usual recommendation is usually, have this straight up. Like, this in any other game, I would have wanted this to be like up here, like maybe not immediately here, but like it would have been either one of these 2 pages or one of these 2 pages by default, would have been my instinct. And instead we get it here in the smack dab in the, you see where that line is, the middle of the book is where we're getting this how to play thing and what is Mothership and all that stuff. And the only reason this game gets to get away with this as well as it does is, holy shit, holy shit, this entrance right here, this character, this, everything that happened here. And this was, yes, cool, but like these may well be the two greatest first pages that I've seen in an RPG in a long time. Because this encompassed pretty much, like, it gave me such a great feel. It told me everything I need to do, left me with basically with a character by the end of it. And just by looking at what it's doing, the terms that are being used, trauma response and what happens, the fact that the saves are sanity, fear, and body, so I know what my threats are, I can see what the stuff is that I'm supposed to do. Like, yes, I immediately got a vibe for what this game is and what it does through these first 2 pages, even though they're very sparse, right? I mean, there's a lot of info. There's very info packed in that. Again, the character sheet itself has almost everything you need to have to make a character, just self-contained. And this is just 2 pages, and it just tells you what you need to know about anything. There's really not a lot of wasted space. There's no flowery language. It just tells you exactly what you need to know. But in that presentation, I feel like it does a pretty decent job of also kind of prepping you for what you're in for. And then as you go, it keeps building and building and building until you get now to this, and then it tells you this, and now finally we get to this. Amazing world, amazing game design. I'm so impressed. I see why it's getting all these accolades. So Mothership is a tabletop role-playing game. You and your friends get together, and one of you, the warden, so that's the name, the warden, prepares a scenario for the rest of you to explore and interact with. You ask questions, roll some dice, make some jokes, and die a few times. The rules are simple, but the game is challenging. You can attempt to do anything you want and are not limited by what is on your character sheet. Most things you want to do just happen. You should ask a lot of questions. The more information you have, the less likely you have to make risky rolls like stat checks and saves. Stat checks are made when you want to do something and the price for failure is high. Saves are reactions rolled to avoid different mental, emotional, and physical dangers, and we'll see all about that on the very next page. When you fail a stat check or save, your character gains 1 or more stress. Stress can be bad, as it makes characters more likely to panic, but is also needed to improve saves. Interesting. So you need stress. Like, stress can lead to panic, but stress also lets you improve saves, which lets you, save more often. Interesting. I like that mechanic. We'll see how that pans out, I guess. But yeah, I like in concept what it's doing there. Panic checks are rolled when the worst has happened and your character snaps. A bad result can lead to a long-term condition that needs treatment, but a good result can provide focus when it is needed the most. So panic checks are not always bad. Good to know. When characters get hurt, they lose health. If they lose enough health, they suffer a wound. If they gain wounds equal to the maximum, they die. Again, pretty straightforward, and we'll get to read more about that on Violent Encounters. With these basics in mind, you're ready to handle 90% of the situations that come up in a game. For everything else, you, the warden, and the other players will discuss the situation and come up with a house rule to suit the table's specific needs. With that being said, you can close this book and start playing right now. There's even a handy cheat sheet on the back cover if you forget something. If you like a little bit more information about how it all works, read on. So the game is telling us, like, right now we have a character. That's all we need as a player, and this is in fact the player's guide. As a player, that's all we need to start playing. Solid dice notation. Okay, yeah, this is all pretty straightforward. Sorry. Okay, here we go. That's explained. If you see plus, it means the rolls have advantage, while minus means the rolls have disadvantage, and they do explain 19.1. So the next set of pages is what we see. And then a quick player supplies checklist. Once you've collected all these items and built your character, you're ready to play. So you'll have the book, you'll have your character sheet, you'll have your dice, you'll have some tokens for tracking stuff, and some pen and paper. That's all you need, and then some snacks. So good. Let's check out the system. So as much as I would like to say, well, end of stream. I mean, it is 420. Smoke them if you got them. And 420 for me, that is. And So that means after our next ad break in about 15 minutes, that will be ending out. So tomorrow is also going to be Mothership Day because we barely made it halfway through, I think. But cool, cool. I'm very impressed with what I've seen with this game so far. So before I check this, I want to kind of go back to the back cover and see what level the cheat sheet represented with. So let's skip all the way down. Ooh. All right, so that's the character sheet in the back. I got some contract and whatnot. And then just the very last, so this is the back cover. And hey, that's really nice. To learn to play, visit mothershiprpg.com/learn. Wait, I haven't seen that page. Give me a second. Let me open that page up on my browser. Mothership, what is it? mothershiprpg.com/learn. What do I see when I look at that? Free resources and downloads. Please feel free to download. So it's the Warden Educational System, a basic training course that teaches you how to make a character, what's involved in playing the game, how to be a good player, and the intro elements to run your own game. So I'm assuming the same stuff that we just saw here. And then companions, app, Warden screen, basic character profile. Okay. And a ship manifest. Yeah, we haven't gotten to the ship manifest yet. We'll do that. I know we skipped the ship manifest. We never do that in any of our games. We should, though. Ooh, this is cool art. All right. Wait. I didn't even look at this sheet. I didn't even look at this back sheet. Okay, so the cheat sheet is, and again, I love that the back sheet is information. They don't even waste space with a back blurb or anything. The back page, the back of the book is just a how to play cheat sheet. Again, this is a game that wants to be played, which feels weird to say about a game because don't all games want to be played? But no, not necessarily. Some games, Three Goblins, for example, does not want you to play it and tells you outright. But also some games, like you try and mess through the game, the book, the way it's presented and everything, and you're like, you know, you get that feeling like this game is actively hostile to me. Like it's not well organized. It doesn't want me to act. Everything is spread out. I can't figure things out. Everything requires 28 references. It's not obvious what's going on. If I haven't read the trilogy that this game is based on, I'm not going to understand anything. Like, they're actively hostile. This is, on the contrary, it is a game about hostile environments and hostile situations and space horror. That is anything but the game mechanics themselves are anything but. It is a game about that is a hostile game, that is a deadly game, that the first line of guidance that it gives you as a player is that your character is probably going to die, and yet is presented in the most inviting, like, here's everything you need to play this game. We want you to play this game, and here's everything you need. And as if that wasn't enough, again, we're looking at the official player's handbook, and this is amazing. In just a few pages, we have been given everything we need. We've given so many tools, everything else. And even with that, when I look at their page, when I look at their link, they have a dedicated learn link down here. And the first link on that is a basic training course. So again, if even this is too much, if even this is too much for you, this game wants you to play it so bad that it's like, don't worry, baby girl. I'm here for you. I'm going to hold your hand through this, and you're going to scream in absolute horror before this is over. Baby girl is the message that this game is telling you. Jot that down. Jot that down. 18.1 stat checks. Whenever you want to do something and the price for failure is high, roll 1d100 and attempt to roll lower than your most relevant stat. This is called a stat check. If you roll less than your stat, you succeed. Otherwise, you fail and gain 1 stress. A roll of 90 to 99 is always a failure. So that's wild. You're going to fail most of the time. My wife almost walked in during that breakdown of the game, and I'm sad she missed it. Well, just clip it and send it to her. But yeah, based on these mechanics, listen, you're fucked. They're very clear. They're like, you shouldn't roll unless it is risky, unless there's a big chance of failure, and failure will fuck things up. Like, rolls should be stressful in this game. It's what it sounds like, especially since in the character sheet, right? When we go back up here, like, look at this. Even a best stat on average, my own stat, right? What was it? My highest stat is a 48 in combat, which is as close as you can get without getting up to 50. Although I guess I do have a 50 fear save for my character. But that's about as close to, as good as you're gonna get. And it's still effectively a 50-50 chance at best, except, well, a 90, like, no matter what, even if you raise your skill, which is not going to happen, but if you manage to raise your skill to over 90, it doesn't matter. Like, at the very least, 1 out of 10 times, you're going to fail no matter what. But on average, with these scores, you're going to fail more often than you succeed by default, unless there's something we can do to modify these rolls, which it doesn't look like there is. Or I guess there will be, actually. Modifying stat checks and saves. It's right. It's literally right there. Dan, you should know better. So let's look at that in a second. So stat checks and saves. Okay, so good to know. But also, like, yeah, like this it feels a little bit. Except here's the difference, right? Like, Warhammer, right? Rogue Trader. And 99 Problems, fucking, what's the name of that game? Anyway, the Warhammer tabletop RPGs, they kind of suffer from that too. Like, starting level characters often have stats that look a lot like this. Like, a lot of 30s, a lot of 20s, maybe some 40s, almost nothing 50 or above as a starting level character. But this starting level character, especially in a game like Rogue Trader, might be the pilot of a generator, one of these giant city ships. Or you might be a rogue trader, or you might be like, you are not, even though as a starting level, quote unquote, character, you have an important position in an important organization. And yet, based on your stats, you are a bumbling fool who succeeds at their basic roles at best a third of the time, right? Like, and I think that's the, how can I put this? That's a bit of the disconnect that some old school gamers have with these systems, and I think that's where we sometimes fail as game runners. I know I have failed in this, and I think we in Fandible have failed in this on occasion, which is requiring roles for things that they shouldn't be required for. For example, you're playing Rogue Trader. Your character is the pilot for the Rogue Trader's ship, right? Tens of thousands of lives depend on you. You are the pilot. But you arrive at a standard, base. And you arrive at the base, around a planet, whatever, and you dock at that base so that, you can now continue with the rest of the adventure that is going to happen at that base. The instinct for a storyteller here, for a GM, is going to be to make the pilot roll their piloting or navigation or whatever skill to dock correctly. Which I think happened during our first Rogue Trader game. And I think whoever made the roll just barely. But it was like, holy shit, so would we have died how would the ship have crashed? Like, yeah, basically. Like, that shouldn't have been a roll. That is not a situation in which it would have been required to roll. It's like, World of Darkness or any other game, you have the drive skill, and requiring the player to roll drive every single time they take the car anywhere. Like, no. by default, if you just want to drive to McDonald's and come back, the play and I, as the GM, am not planning to make that a big exciting thing. I don't have any NPCs in the McDonald's that are going to be chasing them or anything. That should not be a drive roll. If when they go to McDonald's, I go, hey, maybe make a perception roll or whatever, or I just tell them, hey, you notice that car behind you has been following you for the past 5 blocks. Then at that point, like, all right, cool, let's lose them. Drive check, right? And same thing with something like, you know, Warhammer 40K and systems like this, where your stats are on a percentile base and are very low, right? And your chances of failing a roll are higher. On average, on any given roll, you are more likely to fail than to succeed. If that's the case, then that is a game in which, and this game says it precisely, we actually read that sentence a couple of times. This game is explicit about that. You should be rolling, and you as a player should be trying to avoid rolling a lot of the time. You should be trying to figure out how to do things in such a way that it doesn't require you to make a roll, because anytime you make a roll, it is risky and you are at a substantial risk of failing. And what happens if that, when you fail? Let's see. How does this game punish you if you fail? Let me, sorry, I dropped my little pen that I was fidgeting with. All right, let's go. So back to it. Oh, wait a minute. Actually, we're going to go to ads because it is ad time again, but it will be, good news, will be the last ad break of today's show. So let's go ahead and hit that ad break. I'm just watching that countdown go. And then when we come back, we'll finish probably these 2 pages and then wrap up the show. So folks, as always, thank you so much for hanging out. Bear with us. We will be right back. What's the deal with all those stats? All right, folks, welcome back. Welcome back. We're at it. We're on our bullshit once again. Let's check out these last 2 pages and see. Tomorrow we will be doing more of this. Oh yeah. I'm excited. Again, this has been an almost 100%. I don't think we found. Hey, Critwitch, welcome in, friend. Welcome in. Have you been on our stream before? I don't think so. The thing is on my first time chat. I know I've seen you on other streams. It's great to see you, friend. Welcome in. Welcome in. So we are, just to warn you, we are in the last bit of this stream. Okay, first time caller, beautiful. We are on the last bit of the stream. I will be wrapping up by 5 p.m. So we've got about 25 minutes to go. We are looking at Mothership, as you can kind of see on screen. And so far, my general reaction to it. So I don't have it on the screen, so I'm going to cheat real quick. I'm going to go to the other screen here. It's just not good. Oh yeah, there's a reason I'm using the other screen, but I've switched to this screen solely so I can do this. Oh, no? Come on. Oh, why? Did that not happen? Wait. Why is it not happening? No, I wanted to do a thing and now it's all connected. No? Oh, now it happened. That. I'm a professional. Welcome in, Crit Witch. Anyway, and now it won't go away. Now it's stuck. I'm a professional, probably because I hit the button 10 times and it doesn't know what to do with it. Anyway, that in fact has there we go, has kind of been my reaction to basically the best around. No one's ever gonna take me. Anyway, that's basically been my reaction to pretty much everything I've seen in Mothership. I'm very impressed, even if my skills as a Twitch host are perhaps lacking. Anyway, so where are we? Let's wrap up at least these 2 pages. We will be back for more of this tomorrow because I definitely have been enjoying this. And we I want to at least get to this example call for a check here, right? So you have 4 main stats to represent your abilities when acting under extreme pressure. Again, that focus on you're only rolling, you're only using the mechanics if shit's fucked up. Right? Like you should not be rolling for simple things. It should be situations where you are under extreme pressure. And you've got your strength, your speed, your intellect, your combat. Again, I always appreciate when a game gives you some quick examples of what the stat is for, even when it's kind of obvious, especially for stuff like intellect. I mean, this is obvious. These are very obvious. Some games will have stuff like intellect and wit, and you're like, oh, which is which? Like, please give me some examples. This one, again, this game is very lean, very straightforward. It's hard, like, but even then, you get a couple of examples. Get out of the cargo bay before the blast doors close, acting before someone or something else running away, intellect, recall your training and experience under duress, think through difficult problems, inventing or fixing things. Like, they do so much with so little, which is part of why I'm so impressed with this game. Like, the examples that they give you, for example, look at strength. Look at all of them, honestly, but the very first example that you're given to is incredibly flavorful to the game. So with strength, it's holding airlocks closed. That's a story. Why are you holding an airlock closed? Speed, getting out of the cargo bay before the blast doors. That's a story. Intellect, recalling your training and experience under duress. Fighting for your life, fighting for your life always. But then the other examples are carrying fallen comrades, climbing, pushing, jumping, acting before running away, thinking through things, inventing things. Like, the other examples are very generic, but the very first examples that they give you are very on point, very like space horror adventure thing. I cannot help but think that was an intentional design choice. 18.2 saves. In order to avoid certain dangers or trauma, you sometimes need to roll D1, D100, lower than your most relevant save. This is called save. Same thing, a lot like the stat checks. You succeed, you want to roll low. If you fail, you gain 1 stress, which we've been told stress is both good and bad. I don't think we're going to get to talk about stress this session, this stream, although it is on the very next page, so we might get to it. We'll see. And you've got 3 different types of saves: sanity, fear, and body. Again, they feel self-explanatory, but let's see what the examples that were given here are. So sanity allows you to rationalize logical inconsistencies in the universe, make sense out of chaos, detect illusions and mimicry, and cope with stress. Okay, and then fear lets you maintain a level head while struggling with fear, loneliness, depression, and other emotional surges. Game, I will thank you to not come at me like that. Ouch. What's my fear? What was my fear stat again? Wait. So Crit Witch, I did not write it down as a character sheet because of lazy, but we did kind of go through the stream making a character. We made what was his name? Aaron Average, right? Yes, Aaron Average the Marine. Aaron Average the Marine has very good stats for this game. At least he's a brawler and he's good at resisting fear. He actually has a 50 as his fear save score. I just checked. So I'm going to roll a D100 real quick and see if, in fact, I fail my fear check. 1, 2, there we go. That is a 15. I fucking make it. Hell yeah. Yes, Aaron average. Look, the problem with Aaron average is that all his stats were like 35, 35, 34. He got finally a 38 on combat. But like the average score, I think the game tells you is like a 36. So he was just average across the board. Therefore, Aaron Average cannot take responsibility for that name. That one was on Potato, who was on chat earlier and unfortunately had to leave early, but he left us with the name. Aaron. Oh no, there he is. There he is. Hey, there we go. Yeah, you were watching. You're like, oh, that fucker's gonna take take credit for my name. No. See, there we go. I know you were trying to catch me lacking. And no, I for one, respect and pay credit where it's due. Got back 2 minutes ago, so good timing, friend. Good timing. Anyway, so yeah, I made my fear check. Fuck yeah, I made my fear check. I maintain a level head while struggling with fear, loneliness, depression, and other emotional surges. Check, motherfucking check. Was that check for my character or for me? Yes. And a body check would employ quick reflexes and resist hunger, disease, or organisms that might try and invade my insides. I generally am a big fan of resisting organisms that might try to invade my insides. And my my body check is a 40. I'm going to roll that and see if I want to see if in fact a organism tries to invades my insides. Chat, what do you think? Okay, make your bets now. Before I roll, chat, I want to make your bets. Do you think an organism will invade my insides based on the roll? My roll save is 40. I mean, the stats on that are pretty easy, right? It's a 60% chance that I will fail. But I want to get at least a couple of votes in chat before I make this roll. And if you guess it correctly, you get to tell me, and if I fail, you get to tell me what organism invaded my insides. I don't roll like Dave, it's true. You'll have a Goa'uld inside invade me, confirm. All right. One more. Do we have any more votes? It sounds okay. So we've got. I'm gonna guess Struggle Bus's vote is for I will fail. Potato's vote seems to be, that I might succeed because I don't roll like Dave. Do we have a third person in chat that is going to be a tiebreaker before I make this roll? Let's see. If we're going horror, prions. Friggin', oh, Jesus Christ. No, prions are legit horrifying in the real world. All right, you know what? I'm gonna make the roll. Let's see what we get. Yo! I'm sorry. Alas, those organisms are gonna have to wait till next time. Look at me go. I definitely do not roll like Dave. Holy shit. All right, well, I made some saves. Aaron average remains. We should check his sanity. His sanity is the lowest one. Let's see. It's only a 30. Let's just roll for his sanity real quick. So Aaron average is doing so well. He can take a beating. He's afraid of nothing. He can take a beating. No organisms are invading his insides. But how's that sanity going? Let's see. Oh dear. 30. Oh no. That was a fail. It was still a good roll for this game, but definitely a fail on the sanity check, which means I would if had this been a real thing, I would gain 1 stress, which I don't think we're going to have the time in this stream to really. Well, that's going to be great for tomorrow, because tomorrow when we get back to the stream, we are going to start with 1 stress, so we'll be able to know what that means for us. But in the meantime, we've made our rolls, we've gained 1 stress, so you know what? We're not afraid, we're not hurt, but we're kind of having a rough time with the fact that we are Our name is Aaron Average, and we are sort of a fictional character. You know, we're freaking out a little about the fact that we are fictional. You know, just keep that in mind. Let's see here. Modifying stat. Okay, so what would have modified any of those? Let's see. Did he glimpse the fourth wall? I believe he did. Aaron Average is a creation of the combined powers of chat and yours truly have created Aaron Average, and thus Aaron is a being that straddles worlds. And he's not dealing well. He's just a jarhead. He's just a Marine. He's not prepared for this. Aaron did not sign up for this. He signed up to hunt some bugs. He did not sign up to deal with just straddling the fourth wall. Poor Aaron Average. All right, modifying stat checks and saves. Could I have done something perhaps to help with that sanity check? I don't think so. Would skills apply? Ooh, you can add your skills also to a stat or save. So skills do apply to saves. Wait a minute. So I have athletics, military training, and firearms as skills. Depending on the situation, that sanity save could have used that military training skill because he is a Marine, right? Like he's going to focus on his military training. When his mind starts going, when you start getting a little squirrely, you've trained for this. Aaron, you've trained for this. Had I added that military training, making my sanity save, instead of a 30, a 40, then that 38 that I rolled, I would have saved. But I'm going to say I didn't. This wasn't a military situation. This is a realizing that you are a fictional character created for a tabletop RPG situation, which I don't know. As someone who will admit I've never served my country as a military man, so I don't know if anybody in chat has been in the military. Please confirm. Are you trained for that kind of situation, for realizing that you are a fictional character created as part of a tabletop RPG game? Please let me know if so, because that'd be interesting. But I'm gonna make a guess here that that's not the case. You are not trained for that, and therefore I will not apply the military training bonus to my save. If he had theater training, could he withstand the fourth wall? I would give that a bonus. I would let the theater skill apply. Is theater a skill? I don't think it is. But let's see. Let's check real quick. Sorry, let me see here. We've got linguistics, psychology, surgery, robotics. I don't think this game has a... It does have... Oh, an art. There is an art skill with mysticism and xenomysticism. I would allow Aaron, had he had art mysticism or xenomysticism for some reason, in this particular situation that we're talking about, I would have allowed those skills to apply, I think, to that role. Let's see, you're a cog in a machine, you assist to serve the purpose of others, then maybe military. Like, hey, sell it to me, right? As the GM, convince me that stat applies, and if it makes even a little sense, I'll probably let you do it, because this game is punishing enough as it is. But you know what? Again, we're not going to go easy on Aaron. This is a horror game. He failed that sanity check. He has one stress, which we will go into. We will come into the stream tomorrow. Let's finish up today with, okay, so this was obvious, right? I had these questions. What did these symbols mean, the plus and the minus? I thought they meant advantage and disadvantage. They do. And it's pretty self-explanatory. Roll twice to take the best, or roll twice and take the worst. And they specifically, you know, there are things, there are weapons. For example, here see certain weapons, wound, fire, explosives, rolled at disadvantage. Wound, gunshots rolled at advantage, or roll disadvantage on combat checks when fired at close range. Like, it's simple. Now we get that. This is pretty straightforward. Nothing crazy going on here. Critical success and failure. That's new. Let's see. Whenever you roll doubles, Oh, that's it. Oh, I like that. I like that. Yes. Whenever you roll doubles, double O's, little sixes on a stat check or save, you have rolled a critical. If the roll is a success, it is now a critical success, and something very good happens. If it is a failure, it's now a critical failure, and something bad happens. And furthermore, you must make a panic check. A roll of double O's is always a critical success, and a roll of 99 is always a critical failure. Oh, I like that, because both fails and successes can crit, and it's not necessarily tied. Yeah. Oh, I wonder how the probabilities work on that. I'd have to do some math, and we don't have time for the math today. But I feel like that's going to make, like, what are the, well, I guess the chances out of 100 rolls are how many matches are like 11, 22, 33, 44, 55, 66, 77, 88, 99, double O's. So 10, right? Am I wrong? I guess zeros, 0, 11, 22, 33, 44, 55, 66, 37, 88, 99. Yeah, so 10. Yeah, 10. So there's 10 chances. Yeah, exactly. It's still a 10% chance, which is a crit. So there's always a 10% chance, which is technically not actually. Yeah, no. Chances are, yeah. I thought of it being a crit success or crit failure is based on how good you are. Which yes, that I think is the magic sauce. Because I was gonna say, in terms of crit chance, the fact that it's 1 out of 10. I thought, oh, that's double as much as a standard, like D&D, roll 1d20 and you crit on a 20. But when you actually look at crits as both 1s and 20s, so a crit fail and a crit success are both crits, that's 2 successes out of 20, which is 1 out of 10. So it actually works out that the math side, the probability of getting a crit, whether it's a good or a bad, is still about the same, I think, as it would be in something like D&D. But this system makes me feel, the writing, the way it's presented, makes me feel like crits will be more common despite that somehow. And I don't think that's true. I may have to play with this later. I may have to go to like the DICE math website and see some probabilities. Because this may be one of those cases where I think because it is not just a simple 1 to 10 and whatever, that I think it's more complicated than it is, and it's not. Either way, I like it. Either way, I think it's an elegant. I like that something special happens on doubles. Because doubles feel special. You like it. You as a person who likes the clacky math dice. Yes, there's that little drip of dopamine that happens whenever you roll a double, and I like that it has a mechanical effect on the game. Big fan of that. Skills, character has a skill that's relevant to the task at hand. You can add the skills bonus. Cool. Yeah, that's pretty obvious. And then finally, before we wrap up the game, because we have 5 minutes left in today's stream, let's read this little example so we get an idea of what that looks like when we actually play. Calling for a check. The warden. Hey, that's me. Okay, so you hear that screeching sound coming from down the corridor. What do you do? Cleo, can I open up the airlock door quietly and try and sneak out before it notices me? It's jammed up pretty bad right now. You'll need to make a strength check. Failure risks making a lot of noise and drawing the creature's attention. Well, I've got the industrial equipment skill and a crowbar. Does that help? Definitely. You can add your skills bonus, and the crowbar will give you advantage on your roll. Okay, I'm going for it. I've got a 35 strength plus 10 from industrial equipment, so anything under 45, right? That's right. Let's see, 66 and 43. Phew, just made it. Okay, cool. It's pretty, again, really straightforward. This is not a complicated game, which, yes, cool. It shouldn't be. And this is a really simple explanation of what it is. There's nothing crazy going on here. It really is just like, I want to do this. The warden tells you what kind of check it is. You check to see if you have anything that can modify that. Make the roll. Go for it. Nothing crazy. Good stuff. Solid system. I appreciate this. All right. And so tomorrow we're going to dive right into page 20. Stress. What does that do? The game has implied that stress is both good and bad. Cool, the duality of stress. Excited for that, and we'll see everything else. We'll go into some more details. Look, we get a lot more stuff about skills. We got a lot more. I love how the art on this game goes all over the place. Like, some of it looks really like the kind of thing that like your friend would have drawn back in high school, and some of it is like, look at this, like comic book, like professional artists, like quality, like this stuff, holy shit. And I love that it's all over the place, because there is a, I like this. I like the feel of it. I like this old, like every direction that it's this. And then at the same time, these like scribbles and like the cover that we mentioned 3 hours ago. I love all the directions that this game is going with in its art. I'm excited to keep checking this out tomorrow. So far, this game has definitely earned all the kudos that it has. I've seen it get given online. Very excited to do more with that. On that note, however, dear viewers, thank you as always for hanging out. I'm going to go ahead and switch. There we go. There's my face. There's the background that happens when I'm gonna switch out with. So just so I don't forget to set it back up for tomorrow. Go ahead and there we go. We're back. All right, folks, as always, thanks so much for hanging out. Strugglebus is trying to get ahead of me, not letting me hit those buttons by pushing out the schedule. So for anyone, for example, Critwitch, who was new to the stream, there is my schedule. I stream Tuesdays through Fridays. That schedule, to be fair, and this is also news to everyone else, not news, but reminder to everyone else on chat that starting end of next week, more likely beginning of the week after, my schedule is going to change pretty massively. I'm probably going to be streaming a lot more. I haven't quite locked it down, but there'll probably be some irregular evening streams as well as afternoon streams. That's gonna start basically Friday the 13th and onward. So there's a lot. I did challenge you yesterday, Strugglebus. I did, and I stand here. My challenge has been answered categorically. I respect, nothing but respect. But yeah, so there will be more streaming soon. But until then, so at least for the remainder of this week and next week, that's my usual schedule every afternoon from 2 to 5, Tuesdays to Fridays. I'm also on the socials. There's all my links. The main one is Blue Sky these days. But otherwise, Uncivilized Dan, pretty much anywhere on the internet will lead to me, as far as I can tell. And also, last bit, Fandible. Fandible is, of course, the best little podcast ain't nobody ever heard of, or the best longest running podcast that nobody's ever heard of, and I've been part of for like a decade and a half at this point. There's the links. We do actual play, so check it out. Anyway, as always, thanks so much everybody for hanging out. I love this nerd shit, and I will continue to do it at you as long as I can continue getting away with it. I will be back tomorrow, 2 p.m. Tomorrow is Thursday, so yes, more Mothership tomorrow. If we're able to finish Mothership tomorrow, fuck yeah. If not, then we'll continue it next week, because next Friday, oh, yeah, my lights just changed. It's 5 p.m. Next Friday, I'll be working on one of my own games that I've been working on. I think I'm going to play around with 3 Goblins rather than go back to Seeker's Call. We'll see. I'll make a decision properly tomorrow. But until then, thanks so much for hanging out, everybody. Take care. Have a great time wherever you're at. Goodbye, Strugglebus. Goodbye, Potato. Goodbye, Phoenix. Goodbye, anyone else who's still on chat. And I will hopefully see you all tomorrow. Take care.